Welcome to Greenforest National Park, a hidden gem nestled deep within the wilderness. Brace yourself for a breathtaking escape as you explore the diverse landscapes that define this natural wonder. From majestic mountains to the ancient serenity of old-growth forests, Greenforest National Park offers a tapestry of untamed beauty and rare wildlife. As stewards of the lands, we are committed to animal conservation. In addition to elk, bison, and brown bears, the park is home to the critically endangered alpine crested wolf. If you are lucky enough to see one of these magnificent creatures, remember to appreciate them from afar. Very, very afar. Embark on an unforgettable journey along the park's captivating backpacking trails. Go kayaking and end your day with a meal in the town of Elk Wing, where warm hospitality and delicious local cuisine await you. Unleash your spirit of adventure. Park 7:05 a.m. to 9 p.m. National Park Service denies liability for injuries, fatal animal encounters, or unexplained disappearances. Do not provoke the wildlife.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our actual play of Bitemarks, a collaborative role-playing game following the adventures of a pack as they try to solve a dark mystery. My name is Al, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm going to be your MC for the evening. First order of business, Lunar Pulse is a supernatural The tone is serious but tropey, and it's rated R for V-style. If that's not for you, please head to the Neon Lights YouTube channel where you can watch a whole host of awesome, less lycanthropic games. And yeah, I'm going to do some introductions now. So in the order I call you, please introduce yourself and who you're playing tonight and their role in the pack. Starting with the one and only Steve.
That's me. I'm Steven. You can find me online at TJ Stevosaurus, and tonight I'm playing Percy Drennan, the enforcer of the pack, the big bad wolf, literally. Not the biggest and baddest, I'll save that for Foxy, but big and bad.
I'm not actually that big, I'm just
No.
bad, frankly.
Beautiful. Speaking of bad, the one and only Hollis.
I don't know what that means exactly.
It means you're a cannibal that speaks to the dead.
Okay, yes.
It's a matter of perspective.
That's fair. Anyway, hello, my name is Kellen, also known as Sonar. I am going to be playing Hollis, who is the howl of the Greenforest Pack. Both my character and I use she, they pronouns. Oh god, what else? Brain freeze.
You covered it.
Yeah. So, yeah. All kind of covered it. So, I am your friendly neighborhood cannibal.
Context will or will not be provided later. Moving forward to Foxy, who's also facilitating the stream. Thank you for that.
Yo, what's up, friends? Let me know if any mic sounds are a bit too weird, but until that point in time, I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Phillies. I am happy to be here reprising my role as an eldritch horror come upon this annoying little clan of fuck-ups. Woe betide the weary and unaware, for old Thousand Pierce walks these. Josiah is an old ornery boomer who has lived a long life full of blood and suffering and is ready to see it change or end. Also, Al, hit the music.
I did. Just now.
That is my friend. Oh, just now. Okay, so you got it then. You got it. It's all good. Jam's coming in then. And that I was like, all I got then. Take it over. You do your thing.
Jams are in. Okay.
There we go.
Who's next on our list? Foxy, did you finish your intro?
I did. I got nothing else going on. I did the whole spiel and everything. I gave the whole funny poetic.
Beautiful. You did it. Perf. Okay, moving on to the one and only Rainy.
Hi, I'm Rainy. Pronouns are she, they, and I will be playing Molly O'Connor. Pronouns are she, her, tonight as the prodigal of the Greenforest Pack. She's come back for better or for worse, and has been very much on the sidelines.
Yeah, should be interesting.
So far.
All right,
So far.
we'll see tonight. All right, moving on to our alpha. Hello.
Hello, everybody. My name's Mike Fatum, or Mikey Fatum, and I am playing Cal, the alpha of the pack. Oh, and I use he, him pronouns. Sorry. I forget about the most boring pronouns in my life, in the world, because they are.
Well, you found them. You found them under the bed. So for folks that are new, which will be whomever is watching this at whatever point in time, we have a recap. So this is the third episode of the story. So there are 2 recaps of the previous episodes. And for the benefit of new people, we're going to be summarizing them now, courtesy of Rainy. Whenever you're ready, Rainy.
For session 1, at the Eclipse Lodge, our howl has a dark premonition. The cub of the pack is found dead, arms clawed and bloodied. What happened? Our alpha's attention is split between mediating internal power struggles and providing much-needed guidance. As tempers rise, Greenforest gets a call from the neighboring pack. 2 wolves from Spine Mountain have gone missing. The packs decide to cooperate, but the representatives from Spine Mountain arrive just in time to see our domestic strife. How can they trust our pack to be competent if we can't even get along with ourselves? From session 2, the body of the fawn has wandered off. When we interact with it, its skin sloughs off its body and leaves a wet pile of bones drifting in the stream. The skin is breathing. Our howl speaks to its ghost and learns 1, the fawn is hydrophobic, and 2, it ate something bad. Drawn by matters of the heart, Josiah goes on a patrol and discovers a weirdo in the woods. Cal demonstrates his strength as an alpha by bringing our pack together for dinner. The majority are comforted by this, and we have an Air Bud movie night that develops in a wholesome explosion of fur and laughter. Our prodigal stands apart, eyes keen to the broader picture. Josiah must be really worried about someone because he asks for help making an emergency call. It goes to voicemail. Our enforcer has a beer on the porch, filled with helplessness. He does not like problems that cannot be solved with his fists. He spills to Hollis. Shit hits the fan. Hollis and Percy are first responders, startled as a Spine Mountain wolf rushes past in the opposite direction. Molly turns back to help. Our ally Mateo is berserk in werewolf form. He tries to kill a woman hiding under some broken stumps. In a baffling show of restraint, Percy refuses to strike first. But he does strike the finishing blow. He gets bit in the process.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rainy. You read so beautifully. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into our scene here. It is nighttime now. A day has passed, a very eventful day. And the camera is going to glide over the top of this forested area here and zoom in through the trees and come down to the site following Molly. Molly, you are accompanying a frantic werewolf. She is in wolf form. You know that she's from Spine Mountain Pack, and it looks like she has been running for a while because she's got froth at the corner of her mouth and her eyes are showing their whites, and she looks as hysterical as a wolf can. And she does not stop running until she literally flings herself on the porch of the lodge.
Of course.
Stage is yours.
Hey, you good? You good?
Absolutely breathing so hard that she can barely speak, I think. There's definitely you're a healer of the group. You have an intuition about these kinds of things and you have some skills for it. Even if this person was capable of speaking at this moment and wasn't so out of breath, you recognize the signs of a panic attack. You see a debilitating panic attack.
Yeah, Molly is immediately running into the lodge, grabbing ice, lemon, like probably some cut lemons from somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
people love cocktails at the lodge.
Yeah, so she's run into one of the bars, just grabbed ice, lemon, and water, and immediately running out over back to the person who's still collapsed on the porch, and is first of all just immediately squeezing the lemon wedge into their mouth.
Yeah,
To help
so
stop that panic attack, because sudden sourness.
Yeah, you have to grab her muzzle and kind of wrestle with her like you're giving her a pill, like she's panicking and thrashing, but not aggressive, just panicking.
Mm-hmm.
You get some lemon in there and a loud sneeze, and you have a naked woman in your lap, just who is still panicking, and she clings onto you. This is a tall, beautiful woman with dark brown skin and like beautiful long dark hair, and her face is just ashen with fear, and she's holding on to you and just shaking. A pause. Who are you? As she's like clinging to you, like, who are you?
Molly just like still has the water in her hand. Molly O'Connor. Drink.
Hand shaking so bad, the drinking results in some awkward coughing, and finally she's having a strug right now. But she holds the water in her, and her eyes are darting all around. She's looking into the forest nervously, and you can see she's sniffing, like just smelling the air in that urgent way of someone who's just trying to catalog their surroundings.
Hey, spine. Eyes on me.
She listens. You get the sense this wolf is not higher up in the hierarchy of the pack. She listens and calms down when you tell her to. It seems like your decisiveness is helping calm her. They could still be after us. I don't know whether to be more scared of it or her. Shit.
It or her. Right. I gave my name. Yours?
Priya.
Mateo and Darius were looking for you.
She has sort of an inscrutable and quiet expression with that. She would have missed Mateo's defeat, right? Because you two were leaving. So this is not information that she had. And
I
so
don't
she's
even know
kinda...
Mateo was defeated. I just knew that Mateo and Darius were looking for her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So with the two of your, these two characters not knowing, she sort of sighs and says, well, that's one blessing at least, I suppose. I'm sorry for entering your territory unannounced. Just, you wouldn't believe what's been happening out in the woods. I don't even know where to start.
Let me get you some clothes. And we'll sit out here on the porch and talk it out.
Thank you. Do you have a phone? I might be able to call Ezra. Ezra is the leader of their pack, last you heard.
Yeah, Molly just like holds out her phone and flips it open. It's a wee touch of a dinosaur still, but here.
Yeah, Priya will take it, and as you get her set up, get her some clothes, help walk her through the coming down from a panic attack. You successfully do that. You ground her with some weird taste, you get her some water, and you provide like a ground way. And after a while, she's willing to sit, and you come back out, right? And you know, bringing her clothes or whatever, and she has your phone in her hand, and she's staring into the middle distance. He's not picking up. What do I do? Shit.
All right. If your alpha's not picking up, do you have anybody else you can call outside of Mateo and Darius?
Well, Darius, we're together.
Ring Darius.
She does so. Goes to voicemail.
Shit. Anyone else in your pack?
No one except for that she-witch, and I don't want to see her ever again. Shit. She might be coming now.
No, ma'am.
Priya stands up frantically and starts
Priya,
pacing.
look back at...
You
Priya,
don't understand.
No, Priya, you can make me understand, but I need you to look at me.
She looks at you.
Breathe in.
She breathes in and out. She follows your instructions.
She-witch. You still talking about Miriam?
She pales even further, as if the name is going to summon the person out of the dark.
All right. What?
I was just doing what Ezra said. Ezra told me to go find her. She'd been gone for days. I didn't want to do it. So off I went.
You have to listen to the Alpha, I understand. What happened when you found her? Where did you find her?
The water. And that's when we found it.
Water. It. Which water? What source? Where? On your territory or somebody else's?
Ours, the lake. Spine Lake. You could not pay me enough to go back there.
And I won't
I'm never
force
going
you.
back.
I won't force you, hun. We'll have to talk with Cal and figure it all out, but we'll find you a place. Somewhere else, okay?
She leans her head, like thunks it on your shoulder, and I think that's about what you're likely to get out of her for now.
Yeah,
she
Molly
has been
just,
a very
pats
brave
her.
woman.
She has. She definitely has. Molly just pats her. All right, Priya, what I need you to do, and Molly just like slips her room key into Priya's hand. Get you some damn rest. My bed's not exactly the cleanest, but it'll do.
Thank you. Please don't let her in if she comes. Please.
Mm-mm.
I
You'll
just
be fine.
need time.
Of course.
Okay.
And Priya,
Yeah.
we do have one of our own waiting to be interred. Don't freak out when you see the body in the room, okay? Not my room, in the living room.
Okay. And she does as you say. She goes to your bedroom. You hear the tentative kind of click of the door closing, and you've sort of settled Priya down. Now what?
There's no other like pack members around, right?
There could be. I think that the heavy breathing and panicking has probably drawn somebody peeking their heads out. And I think the person that peeks out is Ripley. What's happening with all this? Bringing somebody home already?
No, not like that, Rip. Not like that.
Well, what is it like then?
Spine Mountain is dealing with some shit that is about as worse as what got Mia. This is all connected some fucking way, some fucking how.
Shit.
I know. Cal's up.
Where's Cal?
Oh fuck, they went towards the... Oh fuck, they went where she came from. Oh.
What?
That... Rip. One thing.
Is Cal hurt?
Cal won't be hurt, but
them.
yeah, I know. But I need you. Just Rip.
What?
We need somebody here to keep an eye on Priya. Because something just went down between her and her packmate. And she's shaken up to shit and back about it.
I'm not good with people that cry.
I already have her in my room. She's going to be sleeping. I already got her taken mostly care of. Could you just... Wait, I can't be asking this of you. I'm not Alpha. Right. Fuck.
But when you ask that, and when you make that comment, Ripley pauses, and you see them look at you thoughtfully. It doesn't matter that you're not Alpha. I'll do it because you're asking. But it's a lot to take in is all, and I'm worried about Cal and the others.
I'm going to go take care of that immediately. We just need somebody here for at least her sake, if nothing else for her peace of mind.
She can stay. Meanwhile, you see a couple of other little faces peeking around as people are obviously eavesdropping and the pack's business is everybody's business. That said, the wolves that are currently at the lodge are absolutely beloved, and the hierarchy, so to speak, the fantastical werewolf hierarchy is not indicative of somebody's worth. Yeah. However, these happen to be the more submissive wolves, so they're very able to try and help out and contribute in that way. So the others don't require too much convincing, and once Ripley gets on board, then yes, you do manage to convince Ripley to hold down the fort.
Yeah, because Molly immediately just sprints off the porch, using that momentum to just help in that land as she just shifts immediately into wolf form. Very uncomfortably so. It's very uncomfortably so for Molly, but she's just sprinting, hitting the ground and running. Her medical pack obviously has been like configured in a way that she can put it in her jaw and just bolt.
Absolutely, you do. Can you remind us what your looks like?
Yeah, actually, I don't think I've ever explained my wolf form to anyone. So Molly is a very interesting kind of wolf. She's got a bobbed tail, very indicative of a corgi, and pretty large radar-like ears, but her fur coloring is a bit more mottled and doesn't look like a forest or an alpine wolf. Actually, she represents more of like what a Great Plains wolf would have looked like in coat coloring. So that more mottled, sage sort of look that would blend perfectly within the prairie grasses. Her build is not super tall either. A lot of people have often mistaken her wolf form back when she was first with the Greenforest and obviously doing the whole trot around for the tourists kind of thing. Some people have accidentally called her a coyote.
Oh, yeah.
And that is actively her nickname that is actually her nickname on the webpage for the park and their whole wolf tracking thing.
Oh, that's so cute.
Wily Coyote. Wily E. Coyote.
Wily Coyote. So question for you, and Rainey, I'm going to let you be the deciding person on this. So how does Greenforest like have pulled the wool over everybody's eyes and like have sort of people go out in shifts to like play act as wolves for tourists? Like, is this a setup you guys have?
I think so, just to help out, especially during like when it's supposed to be like bigger pack numbers months, so like the spring and fall kind of stuff.
Amazing.
At least Molly probably would have started that just a little.
Yes. Yeah. No, fantastic. That is a popular feature.
Hollis approves.
Hollis is like, yes, this is grand. All right, beautiful. So as we're going to actually do an artful camera fade as you rushing back to the scene of the action, we're going to shoot through the forest and wind in a really cool, epic Attack on Titan style way through some very big paws. Just say, are you in wolf form or in human?
I'm going to say I'm in wolf form. I'm moving pretty far and fast. Why not wolf it?
Okay. Josiah, you and Hollis are dashing together after the woman that split off from the werewolf attack. And it's not going to take long to catch up to her. She is still in human form. But I would love to hear what your wolf forms look like while we've got you on screen.
Please, after you.
Okay. Hollis is a little bit stouter build, so that translates to their wolf form as well. They are a unit, let's say.
A whole unit.
Yes. Dark brown fur, kind of the counter shading sort of thing, with like darker on the top, lighter belly. I keep forgetting to mention this, but they are also missing the pinky and right finger of their right hand. And ring finger of the right hand. And yeah, even in just like the purely wolf form, it's pretty obvious that they have pretty long hair in human form too, so she's got like a mane of the dark hair kind of coming down. And a white patch over an eye.
Lovely. All right, just say, old man, what do you look like?
All right.
Have you even looked in a mirror recently?
You know, I try not to, honestly. It's
mirrors are new technology for him.
Hey now. That's not any case. I think what happens is like kind of like as it gets like Hollis kind of like stopping somewhere in like this like kind of dark part of the woods. You know, the camera cuts to, like a different darker part of the woods. The first thing that the camera kind of sees is like a few almost like lines of glinting silver and like weird mishmashed patterns, and then a pair of like bright green glowing eyes, and then sort of out of that shadow fades in this ebony black wolf with like patches and models of gray in places. It's large, Clydesdale, if not maybe slightly bigger, large. It's very, very toothy, large-jawed look, and they're covered in scar, remnants of battles. Some clearly animalistic, wolf-given, others much more ornate or much more crisp, as in indicated weapons. And I think kind of figure sort of like hunches out of the shadow quietly, looks over at Hollis' war form, and just slowly nods in their direction.
Have we caught up?
You're largely caught up, I would say. You hear... Actually, you hear nothing. A very sudden nothing. Your prey has stopped.
They're either onto us, or they're resting. Regardless, we're close.
Let's hope resting. Have you managed to catch her scent? I'm assuming she was sent behind, unless there's some...
Yeah, I think he'll kind of approach low and sniff around on the ground. What am I picking up on with the old sniffometer?
Oh, you would recognize the scent because it has been in your dreams for centuries. This is Miriam.
Ah. Anything else around her, or just her?
Miriam, fear smell, blood. She was wounded. And if you know her, you know that any minute now she is going to drop out of a tree and attempt to kill one of you.
Yep.
And for that reason, I'm going to give you the equivalent of advantage, as, sure enough, a very small woman tries to land on you, Hollis, with a silver blade drawn.
Oh, shit. Well, I am going to immediately try to throw her off. And would there be a move for that, or?
Depends on how you do, and I'll let you know if you need to get ya or not, and it depends on how rough. So, how do you throw her off when she drops down on you?
Well, if she's dropping down onto my back or shoulders, I'm just going to kind of buck forward and try to roll over her. Kind of like smush her.
No, for sure. That's such a logical way to do it. So you shake her. She goes with the movement judo style, and you find that she's now clinging underneath you and is cutting your throat. So go ahead. We're going to make a harm move. So what I'm going to have you do, don't worry, you're probably not going to die. So go ahead, and I'm going to have you...
Probably.
So the way that
probably doing a lot of heavy lifting.
In this game, always. Also, I love you, Hollis. I'm sorry. So go ahead and roll for me to do a harm move, which is on page 56. If you want to, I'll walk you through it. Go ahead and roll, and you're going to roll plus guts. So look on your character sheet and see what your modifier for that is. Go ahead and make a roll and let me know what you get.
That is a big old 0 for guts. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the...
Oh, I thought you rolled 0, and I was like...
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, just a 0 for my guts, so no bonus. It was page 50 some... what was it?
Yeah, just roll plus guts, which is the TD6. Just go ahead and do that, and then let me know your result, and I'll walk you through it.
It's a 5?
Okay. So on a 0 to 6, the options that I can choose as the MC is 1, the character is out of the action, unconscious, or trapped. 2, I could choose that you take +1 harm. 3, I could choose that you involuntarily change form and may not change back for the duration of the scene, as I call it. I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to have you be unconscious for this particular moment, but you +1 harm. So please mark that on your sheet. And Hollis, have you been struck with silver before in your life as a wolf?
Probably not struck by it. Probably like an accidental brushing or two, but like not actually ever attacked with it yet.
So how does it feel when your body gets slashed with a silver knife?
It burns. Like worst. How I would imagine it is it would be like close to third degree burn almost, where it feels like just everything shrinks and kind of peels back from where the damage is.
Mm-hmm. You,
So-
yeah. Yikes, yes. Yes, that is now how it is in Canada. So yes, now you have +1 harm. You have a big dramatic slash that is going to scar across the front of you, and it narrowly missed where she might have been going. That said, this is all happening really fast. She is kind of tangled underneath you a little bit now. Kind of like when a cat gets pinned underneath somebody and they start doing the leg kick thing. Which honestly, it's on her. She's the one who jumped on you, but she's definitely going in for another scratch. But you absolutely, at this point, can let me know how you get this deadly burr out of your fur.
Is the knife like stuck in me, or is she still holding it in her hand?
She's holding it and having a go at it again. Just say, this is absolutely happening. This is not the first time you see this bullshit occur.
Yeah, he's not saying or doing anything right now. He's just sitting and watching this. This is not uncommon or strange to him.
And you know what, Foxy? She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Oh my god, man. Why?
Real fetish for murder, that guy.
Okay, so in that case then, since I'm on my own, I'm gonna try to catch her wrist in my mouth and just hold her hand back like that.
You do so, and she hisses in your face, "Filthy dog, let go of me. You!" And she turns and sees you, just saying, her voice is filled with venom and longing. What are you doing here? And she's actually like, your massive eyes open her arm, and to her credit, she's not flinching at it, even though you actually probably could disarm her if you wanted to.
No, I crunched down just a little bit more when she called me a dog.
Wanted to.
Be petty, Hollis. We love it.
Is there any way I can
I ain't a
intervene
dirty
here,
dog.
honestly?
Thank you very much.
Jump in on this somehow, in some way?
Jump on in? Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think your girlfriend already did the jumping on.
You know, that's true. Well, I mean,
I'm
trying to get like Bay, so I'll do some hopping in as well. Why not? Yeah. I mean, so do I need to roll anything for this, or can I just take the moment here?
Tell me what you do, and I'll let you know if you need to roll.
I think he kind of just like slowly is still in wolf form, just begins to bulk his way over, paw by paw. When he's close enough, he wants to just like, assuming they're still kind of tussling, he wants to put a paw around like the like kind of shoulder-ish kind of section of Hollis's like wolf bulk, and then he also wants to just like grab the most he can of Miriam in his teeth and just lift.
Rude. Yes, and also, you can do this, but you're gonna get a scratch from the silver knife. But it's not with intent to do the harm that she did to poor Hollis just now. You're getting a fuck you scratch. But all things considered, you do scruff her and pick her up, and you're able to kind of set her aside. And you know her well enough to know her tolerance for being picked up. So you're able to put her down before murder happens again.
Oh, I think while still holding her in his mouth and pushing down on Kellen to separate the two of them, in response to her like, "What are you doing here?" He just, with her in his mouth, just looking for you.
Yeah, you managed to pluck her off. And Hollis, how are you feeling? You just had somebody jump on your back and try and kill you for no goddamn. And you're not just Saya, you haven't fought 1,000 battles. You're just a lovely, wonderful, amazing spiritual Hal that has a whole bunch of other different new. How does Hollis react to somebody, a stranger, trying to kill on sight?
Pretty freaked out. She's gonna get back to her feet and kind of shift back into the werewolf form rather than just full wolf form, and like hold at the spot she was scratched and back the fuck up by like 10 feet. So she's not anywhere near that blade.
Mm-hmm. You can do so. Just say you have once it's clear, Hollis sort of submitting and not coming forward, just are like more of an immediate attack. Just say She turns to you, and it's also kind of telling that she had her back to you at all, despite all of the snarling, if that makes sense. So she turns to you and she goes, "You." Frustrated.
Are you finished being a brat yet?
She screams and stabs at you. Go ahead and roll for harm.
He's not gonna move.
Go ahead and roll 2d6.
He's not gonna move. Can I just take it?
We're gonna see how bad it is.
I love it.
And yeah, you can try and tank it, absolutely. We'll see how graceful.
I got 7 on the 2d6.
Okay, that's a partial success. Cool. So in this case, looking through my options here, out of all these options, I'm going to choose you miss noticing something important. That's the only consequence you're going to get here when she slashes at you. It scratches, but who the hell cares? You're covered in so many scars, they're almost like armor at this point. So it nicks the surface of the shield that is your own flesh. And she gives you a look as, "This is no time for flirting. There are bigger issues here at hand than you could possibly understand."
And you think I don't know that?
Mateo has been transformed by one of them. It is of the utmost importance that we call him now. Go, do it. Kill him. She literally is telling you to kill somebody.
All right, she wants to be a brat. Time to tame her then. I think he's just going to look her in the eye. She's human form right now, yeah?
Yes.
Then I'll do the same. I'll transform back into my human form, stand up over her, and just, "Have you ever, in your long life, presumed you can command me?"
You say that, and in this moment, sorry in advance, Hollis, her face takes on a sly little look for just a minute. Like a look that's little like sly and kind of like context is everything. But then it vanishes and is covered again with her frustrated face. "Fine, if you won't do it, then I will." And then she attempts to take a step and then collapses because her leg has been ripped open.
I think actually in that moment, all of that bluster, bravado, and like cold calculus leaves his face immediately. And the moment she drops, he just, "Midge," and jumps to grab her.
She lets you catch her, and I think the stress and lashing out of the moment sort of softens from her body. And I don't know, have you ever seen like a dog come down from a dog fight and it's super anxious and snarly and sometimes it still bites hands that it knows are its friends? If you know Midge well, which you do, this is that. This is her being afraid and thinking the best way to deal with being afraid is to kill someone. And then also to insist that Pac kills people for her. This is normal for her. Mm-hmm. But now you can smell the fear on her now.
I think Josiah's face softens, and I think he brings his hand up enough to let her like clamp it, and then like looking her in the eye, like even like kind of like grabbing the bottom of her chin and like angling her face to look him eye to eye. "What hurt you?"
She leans into your hand a little bit, which is a very rare moment of sweetness, and she sighs and says, "I don't know where to start, but maybe we can talk when some of this is cleared up. Is this your friend or your packmate?"
"A packmate, yes. A new howl. They are growing."
"A howl? Oh." Suddenly she looks a little regretful.
Dagger eyes.
There's this moment of
dagger eyes.
You don't stab a howl. And she sort of, gets a little quiet. Unfortunately, no immediate apology is forthcoming, but he does. She wipes the blood off on her jeans and puts the knife away, and she is rank with the smell of silver. She's even wearing silver jewelry. This should not be possible. She's got bangles, she's got necklaces, just a belt buckle that's like just everything. Too much silver on this person, and she does a lot of excess. Oh, So she's tiny, right? 5'2", wiry muscle. She's pretty pale, and she has a short black bob of curly hair. And lucky for her, she's cute. She has the hugest doe eyes you've ever seen. And she's got salt and pepper. She's probably like late 30s.
Foxy's down for the count. It's fine.
He needs a moment. A couple minutes.
No, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm good. Bringing it back. I'm thugging. I'm a gangster.
That was the least convincing I'm thugging, I'm a gangster I've ever heard in my life.
That is the least convincing one I've heard from Foxy yet.
Any case, I think Josiah will break the silence between the two of them by just... Hollis, this is Miriam. Someone I knew in the past. Miriam, likely. My pack's Hal. Hollis.
Hello. She says, like she didn't have a different kind of greeting for you. Look, as much as I'd love to sit and have tea, there's a lot going on right now that needs dealing with. I have a wolf to chase and a creature to flee.
I would assume
Are you
whatever
like
thing you are
Josiah?
dealing with.
Are you like Josiah?
Oh. Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god.
looks away. That was the wrong thing to say.
I love how insightful Hollis is out of character. You goddamn genius. You act like Hollis's howl-like ability to just gently cut to the core of a situation and figure shit out.
I fucking love Hollis, our Howl. She's so insightful, and it's so good for this mystery. For everybody
so
who's in the
needed.
audience, just so you know, I am
To be
very
clear.
fucking gay for Hollis, our Howl.
Me too, out of character. Like, yes, Hollis is
you.
great. Miriam's not so sure about that. You say that, and Miriam goes really stiff and looks at you sharply for a long moment. And then after a minute, because you're the Howl, after a long minute, bites out, I don't owe you that answer.
You tried to kill me.
I owe you
So I
nothing,
believe
and
you.
I would do it again.
Midge,
But Josiah, feel free to grab her.
Midge, and he'll like again, just like gently, like it's an arm grab, but I think rather than like pulling her like pitting her away, he just kind of puts the arm around him and like pulls
Yeah.
her in and just Midge, enough. This isn't the time for bloodshed. Not anymore.
I
You
hate to
owe
say
us
it, but
some
you're right.
answers.
Well, not that answer. Ask me something else.
Fine. What killed our pack mate?
She sort of tilts her head. You lost a pack mate? How?
Yes.
When?
Assume
Do you
it
have the
same way
body?
You did.
I have been away from the pack for a while. I am not up to date on what the pack knows. She's referring to her own packs by now.
In which case,
This is the first I'm hearing of death.
But you still know something. That something is off.
Yes. It smells horrible.
Then tell us.
Sometimes I think it might be better to show you. Besides, does your alpha know that you're talking?
that
Don't you think
simply
it would
isn't
be good to
important
check
right
in
now.
with her?
That simply isn't important right now.
She has a right to know. She's your alpha, says Miriam.
She's, oh no.
Who do you think our alpha is?
You say that, and she's like, well, I don't know. I have never met her. You realize she's just
Him.
making a sexist assumption.
Oh,
She's assuming that the competent person is a woman. So you say
When
him,
you are the
she's like,
single most powerful individual you are amongst the in the United States, You make some assumptions about how powerful women are. You're allowed to. Also,
That's
you're right.
true.
Yeah.
We have
That's
a woman
true.
president.
We have one of those.
Damn it.
Yeah.
The future we wish we had.
Yeah.
Minus the horrible weird zombie shit. I mean, less of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks.
really, honestly, it'd be a trade-off
No!
that I'm not unokay with.
Okay,
Valid, fair.
but unfortunately the deer zombie stuff does happen in real life.
Nope.
But I'll save that
That's
side tangent
true.
for a
Nope,
podcast
Not
episode.
even doing it.
Woo!
So,
God.
if I may, DM hopping in here a little bit, my question for you is, so you have a very bitey person that Josiah clearly has a storied history with. Hollis, you're okay. You have the scratch, you do have one, but you're not going to keel over dead. It was just a silver knife. It's an experience you'll probably never want to repeat, but you're not Percy right now, I will say necessarily. What I'd like to know is there anything that you tell Miriam to fill her in on the situation? Or do you want to continue to press her to tell you things? Because I can tell you right now about the information. Something scared them at the lake. And Priya came to presumably find her. And then the way she says Priya's name is not very flattering. And she doesn't go into much more detail about that. But she says when they were fleeing, that's when Mateo came. So that's about what she has to give you right now. Are you going to tell her any details, or do you want to withhold some?
Yeah, just for the sake of brevity, Hollis would tell her about at least just finding Mia dead and the Vaughn. And just like very brief sort of synopsis of this happened, then this happened, and we know it's connected. And we should go talk to our alpha.
I
Because
see.
if you know something, we all need to know it if we're all at risk.
I don't want to go back there if Mateo is... I can't hear if it's happening or not still. I don't want to go back here until I know it's safe.
Fine. Josiah, do you want to keep her here then? And I'll go back, see what's going on, and then come back and fetch you? Well, I fear her being separated from everyone else will also be dangerous.
I can take care of myself, she
It's
says,
not
looking
that.
a little bit pale. She actually looks like she's having some... But could use a healer if healer wants to heal. That'll be fun to explore.
Hey guys, they've lost Foxy audio on stream.
Yeah, we lost your audio.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I've been pressing and unpressing the mute button on my Cord Streamlabs tab whenever I need to talk, and I knew I would finally forget to do it. Fuck. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, fine.
You okay
It's
for
only
an
like 3
encore?
sentences.
Yeah,
it was
no,
only like
yeah.
3
Yeah,
sentences.
we'll run it back.
You're
we'll
good.
Run it back. We'll run it back. We'll run it back.
Deciding
we'll run it
what
back.
to do.
Deciding what to do. Yeah. So again, effectively, Josiah was basically just saying like, because you were saying like, we should leave her here and you can go. Josiah was saying, I'll go investigate it, and you should go back with the rest and check in on that. And you were saying, Miriam, you don't want to leave her alone, which is like he was saying, which is why she'll come with me. To which point, I believe Al's response was like, I can do it on my own, and Josiah just kind of looked at her and said like, I wasn't asking.
All right. So how do you two want to handle this? What's it look like? Where are you going, and where is Miriam?
I mean, Hollis, honestly, it's fully up to your call. He's not saying you can't come along. He wants to go and investigate whatever she's talking about and take her with him. If you wanted to, he's saying you could like go back and check in on the rest because shit's dangerous. But if you want to keep
Yeah.
with us, then you are more than welcome to. I'd say, honestly.
Tough
So to
decision.
clarify, it sounds like Miriam about going back to the scene of the fight where she was trapped. It sounds
Mhm.
like she wants to ensure that she's not in human form to be walking into a kaiju fight, which she cannot deal with that many. She's vulnerable. to a certain degree. One-on-one using guerrilla tactics, maybe, but like not in that. So basically what she's asking confirmation that if she shows up, she's not going to get cursed. She wants to make sure people are out of the way.
Yep. So I'm saying that I'll go over there with her, and whatever happens, if anything tries to murder her, it'll be dead before it could do it. It's usually a thing I'm pretty good at.
I was gonna say, like, episode 1, Percy did warn if she was involved, she was going down.
You have to get through me first, buddy.
Got 2 hands.
so many people in your pack would side with you, Jessia. So many.
You think I can't kill every single one of you?
Oh boy.
I'm not willing to test that. That's for damn sure.
Well, see, Jessia will be hesitant to kill you last because you're a howl. The rest of us, it's fair fucking game. Free open country, as it were.
He kills me and goes, shit, I'm the alpha now. I better kill the whole pack just to be sure.
Just go after his left hip, that's the bad one.
Yeah. All right, so do you take a look? Hollis, do you go to go look and see what's happening with your pack mates? Okay.
For sure.
So this is a great time. We're going to get the group together. And Cal, we're going to do your alpha roll in a minute. But for now, can you tell us what's the scene look as Hollis and Josiah guest come up to the scene? We've got Percy and you, and I think is there? I have to check my note. We'll start with Percy and you.
Okay.
What's the status?
Molly had her hand up, so just for me.
I was also just saying I'm also entering in too because I am beelining for where they were. So
Perfect.
it'll be
Perfect.
Josiah, Hollis, and Molly coming back.
That's
From
fantastic.
opposite ends, obviously.
Okay, cool. So I think
That's perfect. Good.
Cal has taken Mateo's body and sort of, made it less how it probably ended up, and like he didn't have a blanket on hand, so he's thrown one of his 400 flannel shirts onto the over his face, letting him lie there with some dignity.
What's left of it?
What?
So what's left of his face?
What's left of his face? Yeah.
Also fair.
Extremely fair. So and then he's just sort of he's probably sitting with Percy and like I know that you're a big tough guy and this sort of thing doesn't affect you, but you also tore somebody's throat out just now and I want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, it's more of this, and he'll like point to the teeth marks that right across his like neck and shoulder area. That's more of a big concern.
Yeah. All right. I think Molly is gonna be here soon, so she can look at that. But I meant more like you haven't had to murder anyone in a while. I'm just making sure you're okay.
I haven't had to, doesn't mean I haven't at all. Don't worry about that though.
Alrighty.
Listen, had he not been in the state he's in, I might be a little bit more whatever about it, but this fucking 5 sheets to the wind. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but
I think it was a little more than
I
5
wasn't
sheets.
Mateo anymore. I mean, go on higher than 5 and I can't count, so.
Alright. Glad you got your sense of humor. Still. We should, shit. I need to probably go and make several phone calls, but yeah, like I said, Molly will be here in a second. She can look at your bites, and thank you. You protected the pack, and that's all I can ask of you. And
That's
just
my job.
give him a sort of awkward, manly pat on the shoulder.
A gay pat.
Yep.
It's a heterosexual
An
pat.
incredibly
Gross.
homosexual pat. It is the
It's
no.
the
most.
it's the
All the
gayest
homo.
pat.
Something
Yeah.
heterosexual on
Cal,
Neon
Cal,
Knights
Cal
roleplay.
would
What's
never
wrong
say
with
no
you?
homo. Cal would say all homo.
Cal definitely did say all homo.
How does
Oh.
Percy feel? How's he emotionally? Like, what's he?
Yeah, I think like honestly, like I said, because Mateo was so far gone and like beyond reason, it's not hitting him as hard. It was even easier to kind of turn off the brain where you're like, this is another full person and you're harming them. This was like, this is a monster. This is the worst of the worst. I have no regrets doing what I had to do. I gave him every chance. He actually is honestly kind of like, I tried. I did what I could. I'm not the same werewolf I was when Cal found me. I gave him that chance. So Cal is working.
Yeah.
The influence helps.
Yeah, this seems like this is a moment of bonding through trauma. I might say. Just looking in,
That's the
Just
only
sad.
way that Percy knows how to play is training.
buddy. Ugh.
Oh. Hydrate or die straight, everybody. Make sure you have a drink.
Oh,
That's
good
a
idea.
soda. You're still gonna die straight. Remembering Mike, the player, remembering the thing that Percy just said. Cal is gonna, before he gets up, be like, "Listen, I know it wasn't easy to give him the chance you gave him, especially when he's coming at you like that. I appreciate how much you've grown. Believe me."
I want to say don't insult on me, Cal, but that's all you are.
I am so fucking soft, you're right. Hey, I did a pretty good job with the, hard guy tearing you and Jazz apart a couple days ago, so,
I'll let you have that one.
This might be a good time, Cal. Why don't we do your alpha roll? But
Heck yeah.
what's going to happen here? And can you describe what that is for us and
Absolutely.
read out what we
So,
do?
at the start of every session, I roll Heart. It's called State of the Pack. Well, some stuff happens depending on how I roll. Let's see what I roll. I closed my dice roller. Am I a crazy person?
I bet.
That is a 10.
Ooh.
Huzzah!
Wow. Okay, can you
That's
read out what
some
happens
good
on a
shit.
10?
Every packmate gets -1 to disobey me for this session.
Which is great because it means that there is mechanically, and I think narratively, because of the supportive way, Percy just demonstrated tremendous loyalty, and the two of you. Yeah, everybody needs you. So
It's nice to be needed.
let me know, Cal. Let me know when there's you two. So feel free to role play as long, and then you can.
I am so sorry. Your words are cutting out, so all I got is let me know when.
Let me know when.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Let me know when you want people to come.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think Cal's gonna stand up and flip out his cell phone to call. Try and call. What's his name? Because again, my brain is
Darius?
terrible with names.
Or Ezra.
I guess probably Ezra. Because we don't. Well, I could call Darius. Is Darius here?
No.
Sorry.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I
I didn't
looked
think so.
into
So
it.
then
We
I
don't
would
know where
probably
he is.
call Darius first and see if I can get a hold of him.
Phone service is rubbish out here, my friend. No
All
luck.
right. Well, he's gonna keep trying while people come sifting in.
All right. I'd like to lead with Molly because I think it'll be interesting. You come upon this tableau. A lot going on. Tell us, what is Molly thinking? What does Molly do?
If we ever could get just a very beautiful inside of Molly's mind, all you hear is when she looks upon the scene of blood and death before her is just a very succinct, well, shit.
I think I speak for us all when I say. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you come into the scene.
Molly just like skids, drops the bag, and as she's skidding again, because Molly likes to use the momentum in her shifts, probably just shifts right back into human form. With that skid of the rocky, I'm imagining the beach side is a little bit more rockier, like a mountainous lake would be. So you get the little pebbles skidding across with just that shift there. And she just like straight up is staring down Percy, looking down at the body. Mateo?
I think so.
Fuck. And then she looks up. Don't fucking tell me you got bit. Don't fucking tell me.
No, I didn't.
Percy.
He was doing as I asked. I said, don't fucking tell me. Yeah. I said, don't fucking tell me.
Okay. Well, it's very, very good. I'm proud of you for following instructions. Anyway, yeah, 100%. That's a bite mark.
Cool.
Roll.
Roll credits.
We said it. We said it.
I didn't even know I was doing it. Oh, that's the worst. It's like in The World Is Not Enough when James Bond looks at that lady and says, "The world is not enough," and I'm like, please.
He did the thing. Did the thing. Well, fuck. All right. Shit. This is a load of horseshit. This is a great load of horseshit.
Just the shittiest horseshit.
Cal, I appreciate you so much, buddy. I really do. Bless your heart. But fuck, something was wrong with Mateo. I don't know if Percy's infected, so that's cool. Darius can't be reached. And Molly looks over at Cal immediately. Also, Priya was the wolf that was running away. She is now sequestered in my room in our lodge. I have explicit permission, or explicit words from her, that if we are to come across Miriam, do not fucking let her anywhere near Priya. Priya's probably going to need to find a new place in the pact. Also, a new place somewhere else. I don't think she's going to be able to stay in Spine Mountain Pack. And also, Ezra was unable to be reached as well.
Okay. I was gonna call Ezra, but I guess
Miriam,
that'll...
You can keep her away from Priya by putting her on the fucking grave.
Just saying. Yep. Okay. That's a solution, and thank you for that. All right.
I'm real sorry. I had to take Ripley and some of the other younger ones are watching over her, but we've only got. I don't know if she got bitten this whole entire thing.
You didn't check her over?
No, she was naked in my lap. Yes, I saw her, but she wasn't bit.
Okay.
But we don't know if it was a scratch, if it could be scratches
Molly,
or other.
I'm gonna give it to you because you were there taking care of her. She didn't have bite marks.
Okay, she was not bit.
So you're good. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, you had a close-up view.
Okay, so that's good. I don't know about Jazz and what's her name? Do I?
Miriam.
No, about your girlfriend.
Miriam.
I don't know that you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Do I, Jazz? Miriam? Nope. Okay, didn't think so. Didn't think so. Hold on.
There is something. I will say this though. Priya was also really freaked out about the water. Something's wrong with the water here. And she just comes over to the lake. Something's real fucked up, man.
Well, then don't get closer to it.
Yeah, don't really take a step back. All right. We need to get Percy looked at, and we need to get a message to Ezra about all of this right now. He's not picking up his phone, and I definitely don't want to send a runner just in case their whole tribe has gone zombie.
So you tried reaching Darius too?
I did. Not picking up. I don't know if it's a cell service or if it's something worse.
Let's hope it's just a self-service and it's not something worse, because that is Priya's mate, and if I remember anything about mating, it ain't great when you lose them. She directly looks at you.
Cal kind of gives you a long stare at how absolutely fucking insensitive of a thing that was to say. Just.
If I remember what happened with you, Alpha.
Sorry, one.
BRB,
Tension. It's real.
Okay. Well. This is why we invented telephones. So that we wouldn't have to send runners to fucking other packs. Alright. We need to find out what happened to Jazz and Hollis. That's top priority. So, as much as I hate to just leave Mateo here, you're absolutely right that we shouldn't any of us be alone right now. So, Percy, Molly, let's go follow the trail and see if we locate him.
Funny you should say that. Or speak of the devil, and in they come.
Oh, or never fucking mind, I guess.
Josiah and Hollis, you see Cal in all of his as doing his best as an alpha, and his sitting, the scene that you all know, and a feeling of instinctive relief ruffles through your fur as you see this familiar face, loves you and has your best interest. It's the feeling of seeing your alpha after. It's a nice feeling, but there's also a lot happening, especially with Percy.
Are you two all right? What happened?
He'll just look at Hollis. I am well.
Well, that's reassuring. Hollis, what happened?
Well, we found her.
Hollis, you scratched. I'm smelling blood off you, hon.
I'm fine.
No.
Out of character. Sorry, I'm so mean to you, Callan. You're an angel.
Okay.
I love you.
It's okay.
It might happen again.
I don't doubt it.
God damn it! Everybody stop saying they're fine when they're not fine. Molly, did you smell blood? Check her over.
Right, and Molly just immediately gets up in Hollis's business. Fucking
they'll
hell.
crouch down so she has an easier time looking at the scratch.
Just say I will leave you two and stumble over to I guess Cal and Percy.
I was gonna say, can we see Miriam? Or you kept her
Miriam,
behind
Miriam, yeah, you saw. Miriam sort of actually is walking beside Josiah, kind of slowly because her dinged up, but she is approaching the group of you, taking the whole
So
scene
I'll give Cal and Josiah a chance to react. But yeah, when he hears Hollis mention getting scratched and smelling blood, looking, the second he sees Miriam, it is ready to charge her.
Is she still holding the silver knife? Is it obviously in view?
She's not holding it, no. She's just as she is. She is a human. She does have all brain accoutrements, and out of character, the audience know that she has one knife on.
Okay, but we don't know. Okay. Then I would... Cal would just look at her and look at Hollis and say, I'll ask again. What happened?
Are you talking to Miriam or to Hollis?
Hollis. To Hollis. Oh god, I would never ask Miriam that.
I was like...
And as that happens, and Molly just looks away. She got scratched with silver. I don't know if I've got that antidote. That
it's fine.
allergy med.
It's just a scratch.
It's
I know. It'll heal. It didn't go deep.
Do you have a
But-
healing ability, Prodigal? Is this?
Oh.
No, it's
No?
more so about like thinking of like because there are metal allergies and there's stuff that there would be medication that Molly would have to counteract silver metal allergies. It's for like if we come into contact with silver jewelry and things. So not obvious like if we get stabbed, Molly can't really do anything. But she's got the more like topical ointments for metal stuff because especially with being like in the back of her head, it's like, well, if there's new cubs who were just turned and they were still wearing the silver jewelry that they really, really loved, and it was actual pure silver, because plenty of people have metal allergies, and maybe pure silver was the only thing that they could wear in their human life, and they did not know, because there's a whole muddying the waters of like what actual werewolf lore is real and not out that
You
the
can tell me a
Tames would
little
never
bit.
know.
We can make this up a little bit together.
Yeah. I'm thinking the actual. I'm thinking like actual human like world lore. I really like the idea that because it's such a huge fantasy trope that there is direct and active like purposeful muddying of the waters over the centuries that this supernatural being has come into existence, just so that way new hunters, like more modern day hunters, really have to know their shit or know who they're joining up with to know if they're actually going to be able to be effective, just for their own safety, for a werewolf's sake.
Too bad there's no hunters around to con. So, Hollos, what do you tell your alpha?
She ambushed us, and we were able to subdue her.
You were hunting me. I defended.
We were
Besides, I
following
didn't
you
know.
because
hunting.
you ran. No.
And
We
for
had
what
no
purpose?
intention to catch. Okay. To catch you because you were fleeing the scene.
The
Of
difference
whatever
between
the hell
tracking
this
and
is.
hunting is whether or not you're successful. It matters so very little.
If we were hunting you, you would be dead. Let's put it that way.
That's incorrect.
Oh, she's gonna be in a
Miriam?
couple minutes. Here.
That's incorrect.
Miriam
and you'll remain
stiffens
seated.
up when you say that, and she actually looks like you actually can smell in the air a spike of fear. Also noting you're still. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there is
Yes, I
a brief like snap of fear scent in the air that is quickly sort of mastered again. But you see, she sort of back when you say that and goes very and switching from conversation mode. Oh shit! Do I have to survive something again? Mode.
We can sort
Alpha,
out.
am I safe here or not? I need to know.
We can sort out the fact that you, on my territory, stabbed one of my people with a silver knife. Later. Right now, we have bigger problems. But we will have to talk about it with your alpha.
Ezra is weak. He holds no sway over me. That's why I'm
So you're
left.
saying you're not part of the Spine Mountain Pack?
Yes. Out of
Cool,
character,
correct,
yes.
I'm the killer.
Is
She's
that-
officially
you
a
are-
lone wolf, yeah.
You
Don't
are
even
a
have to worry about that.
boy!
You
are
can
a
kill
lone
her.
wolf who entered into a pack territory and ambushed and attempted to kill a pack member. Just to make that as clear as possible. Is that what you
I
were
was
saying?
being
to me?
pursued by that, and she gestures at the wildness that is Teo's body. There are things here that are larger than you understand, you big. We can either work together, or I will take my leave.
that laugh. Cal starts laughing. Okay.
She sniffs at you angrily when you laugh, and she looks kind of like an angry small. A bird,
Like
by the
Molly.
way, Percy, that it would be easy to kill.
Like Molly.
Very much. Actually, yeah,
Alright.
strong Molly vibes.
All right. Does anyone know her and can vouch for her?
I will.
Great. Perfect. Love it. Is she going to kill us all in our sleep?
If she wanted to kill
Yeah.
you all, most of you would be dead already.
Okay, cool. Everybody's killing everybody but they want to kill around here. Perfect. Love it. Great. Fucking great. Okay. We can't raise any of your former pack mates. Do you have any other form of contact we can try? We've tried Ezra's number and Darius's number, and no one is answering. Actually, no. Let me wind that back. What state was your former pack in the last you saw them? Was this thing that's in the water rampaging through them?
She hesitates. You won't believe me. But
We
since
can
you-
either work together, or whatever threat you said earlier.
You interrupt her and she pauses. In that moment, it looked like she would say that and are threatening.
Sorry,
Down again.
I actually didn't realize I was interrupting her. So...
You want to rewind the
guess-
clock a little?
I do, kind of, yeah,
All
if that's okay. Sorry, I would let her finish. I thought she was
Absolutely
done.
fine. We rewind the clock. She says, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, but Ezra, the alpha of that pack, should never have been alpha in my... He's sick. There's something wrong with him. And the others are in denial. They see, but they do not. They don't want it to be true. I knew that my time was limited if I was to stay sick alpha. So I left to take my chances. I just didn't realize that the problem seems to be bigger than I anticipated. Hollis says that you pack me.
We have. Yes.
Can you show me the body?
Why?
Why?
Did you not want my help?
No.
What my pack
Until
mates
you
are
didn't.
asking. Oh, sorry.
So as
please.
all of the pack disagrees with each other, pauses and gives you all kind of an unimpressed. And she levels that look at you, Cal, because the look in her eye is...
You were asking
absolutely-
why she needs the body. Why she needs to look at the body without much preamble. I believe is what Holly and Mal.
Yeah.
Hollis
And,
and Molly.
and
Holly.
Percy said he doesn't want to work with her, but that,
Yeah. So let's
that-
zoom out a little bit here in case stuff in the role play. Seems like Miriam is, when threatened, kind of shuts down and goes into survival. Because to be clear, there is a massive Percy who... Percy, are you still in wolf form? Or are you in...
Yeah, he'd
human?
still be werewolf form. He hasn't shifted
There is
out.
a massive fucking Percy. There are a bunch of... There's blood on the ground. And whatever her own perspective, it's clear that when people start saying threatening things or trying to bully her, this is not a submissive wolf. The problem is you might be able to push over some other people. This is a person that clearly would rather, like, not be bullied, if that makes sense. And you absolutely could. You could kill her where she stands. The question is, do you want to work with her or not? It looks like she's willing to try and help, but it seems like she wants you to be giving her information, right? There has to be a give and take. And she claims that what she just told is what she knows. So do you believe her? Do you want to do that? Or what do you guys want to do? What does Alpha want to do?
I guess I'm a little confused on the what she just told us is what she knows, because I didn't really catch, like,
Sure.
I just, that the alpha was sick, so I'm probably gonna ask some follow-up questions on that.
Oh,
What-
also, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Molly
doing
would have
most of the
told
talking
you
yourself.
bit for bit what Priya would have told you in the interim while we were waiting for Hollis and Yasea to show up. So Molly would have told you bit for fucking bit what Priya told her.
Okay.
All right, so
And
here's what
as
you
to
know then.
reason-
Ready? Ready for the
Yep,
deets? Here's
I'm
what
ready,
everyone has
I'm ready.
gathered collectively. It sounds like, according to Miriam, it sounds like Ezra, the current alpha of the Spine Mountain pack, was behaving erratically. It sounds like Miriam left, and it sounds like Ezra told Priya to go collect her and bring her back. However, when that happened, something terrible at or near the lake, which you know is heading down south towards your property, but very much on theirs. They're farther out in the park than all of people. They're farther and more remote. So what happened then is them fled from whatever this was. And with some more conversation, it becomes clear that Miriam is left her for dead. And that's her side of the story, right? So what everybody's side of the story is different. But if
sure.
Miriam's perspective is believed, it sounds like Priya did a wily coyote and left her to take, which, hey, survival. So it sounds like, Miriam's kind of like, that seems to be the perspective. So it's up to you what you believe, but generally I will say that as well. Sounds like the other alpha was acting, sent some people out, things turned chaotic, there's an issue at the lake. And we have Priya in Molly's bedroom.
Custody.
In custody, can you imagine? Probably please honestly at this point.
Yep.
Oops.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Steve.
Steve, you wait. There it is.
He's back.
We're back.
Yay!
We'll be back.
Right.
Yay!
Hey!
Welcome back. There you are.
Welcome back.
Hold on, wait. Can I get the void? There it is. There's the
Hey!
void. My phone was dying. I had to switch back.
Yay!
I caught all the recap though, so I'm up
You
to date
did?
with what we know.
Okay.
So what Cal would probably say is, puts up his hands, and it's like, okay, it's a lot of tension, and I can understand why my packmates are uncertain they want to show you their friend's body. However, if you have information that you think you can pass on, then that would be good. Let's say that if you have that information, you may also be able to help us out by looking at this, and he'll pull the shirt off Mateo's head.
Let's go ahead and pause there and take our beautiful notes. That's so good. So we'll pause at the head reveal a little. Thank you for the excellent acting, everybody. And let's go ahead and take 5. So this is the time for everybody to do a snack or a bathroom break. And we'll see you back in 5 here on Neon Lights.
Or like a snack room
95.
break.
Snack room break.
All right, everybody, welcome back from our break. So we're at the tense scene, this tense moment here, as everyone tries to figure out this mysterious woman is doing here and how she the mystery that's afoot. I want the camera to zoom over a little bit to Josiah, who is in human form right now, right? And has been sort of standing stoically next to Miriam like a bouncer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What is Josiah thinking about? Like, if we could like have a cool internal monologue, what's he thinking?
I think the old man is of sort of two minds right now. Primarily, he is wanting to make sure that no one leaps to a fight right now, and he doesn't want any of his packmates to leap to fight because fights wouldn't be fun here. He doesn't want her to leap to fight because in his mind she'll kill most of them. And as fun as that would be to watch, it's not going to be a good experience for anybody else involved. So he's mostly just like deciding if he has to play peacekeeper, which is not a role he's played very often in his life. Separately from that, he is deeply concerned with what is happening. You don't live 300 years and not see most things. So to encounter something new and terrifying is burning at the back of his brain in a way that's not comfortable right now. So I think he's quiet right now because he's just taking everything in, kind of relaying what's happened, figuring out what's going on by watching everybody else's reaction, wondering what Cal will do, wondering how the rest will react, and just too much is a possibility right now for him to react. The person who acts in absolute, and he feels uncertain, which is not a thing he's used to in life.
Aww. I love that. I love the uncertainty.
Old man still has a heart.
Yeah, I actually quite like that. So yeah, what do you all think about Josiah being a little quiet in this moment?
Molly's giving him a very heavy side eye. Just saying it right there. Very heavy side eye.
Bombastic, even?
Not really. It's more like a
Okay.
accusatory.
What the fuck did I do?
Fair enough.
What the fuck?
Let's put it this way. She hasn't seen you be this stoic and this quiet with anyone else in the pack. And now this previously a different pack person, now technically a stray, shows up.
Well, He's quiet right now, so you ain't getting this answered easily.
I know, but she's not even asking. Again, it's accusatory side eye.
Yeah, he's not even returning it. He's just still like glancing between just like the scene around him and Miriam.
Hollis, how do you feel? How do you feel about this situation? Not just Miriam, but just
Very conflicted,
yeah.
I would say. Because obviously there is a massive level of distrust that she has for Miriam at the moment since she tried to kill her. And just not really sure what to do because Jasea just stood there.
Mm-hmm.
So, not
Yeah.
sure how to feel about that quite yet.
Yeah.
Y'all could just ask the
Hers-
motherfucker. He's literally right there. I'm just saying. Like, y'all can use our words.
Well, considering
You gotta remember, every time we've asked him any question, the response we've gotten back is a middle finger in verbal form.
But you know what you could do? Do you know what you could do? We could use some of the mechanics of the game if you want. If Jasea isn't ready, or if he's not able, or even if he doesn't really want to yet, you can try and provoke Spill to get him to say what's on his mind out loud and where to leave. That is something that you could do.
I'll leave that up to our alpha, because so far at current, Yasea's only really listened to the alpha.
Oh my god, someone said his name right. Wow.
Wait, have I been saying
So
it
just
wrong
to
this
let you
whole time?
know,
Oh my
it's
god, I'm so sorry.
Yasea.
Most of you
Yasea?
have, to be fair.
I am so sorry.
Wait, tell me.
It's
Is it Yasea?
Yes.
Yasea.
Thank you for letting me
It
know.
is
Correct
Yeah.
me next time.
Yeah, thank you for correcting us.
I just thought it was kind of funny that all of y'all
Yeah.
were Americanizing it, and he just wouldn't correct you all. That's mostly what it was.
Miriam,
You
would
could
know.
have at least
Would
corrected
correct
us
the
as
color.
players. Gosh darn it.
Well, Miriam hasn't called him
Yeah,
by
let
name
us
yet,
know.
so Miriam's only
Well,
said
now
you.
now
to
we'll
him.
know.
Yeah.
You.
Well, now
Yeah.
our illustrious DM knows. So as
We do.
if
Good.
as if Miriam would have known all along.
Indeed. So motive B. One more thing I want to mention about the mechanic of provoke spill, even though it has an intense and like very action verb sound, it's not interrogation usually, if that makes sense. You're able to
Tell
do it
me what
because
you
you
know.
attack. Tell me what you know. Batman voice. So yeah, it's more like intimacy and vulnerability to try and just open up. So that's kind of the flavor of it.
I think that Cal wouldn't do that right now in front of the crazy she-devil that Yasea has now vouched for.
Amazing. All right.
I mean,
Yeah,
So-
maybe
ain't
not
she something?
the exact thing, but
Take a look. Do you have any ties on Jasea? Check your ties.
Ties. I do not.
I love how I muted myself.
Percy has a tie on Jasea for this exact specific situation.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
thinking
I
who
see.
I use.
Let me find spill. What are the rules for spill?
Yasea has a tie on me, but I don't have a tie on Yasea.
Alexa,
I do
play
have a
Spill
tie
by
on
Show
Yasea.
Off.
Oh, technically, would I have cashed in that tie when I asked Miriam earlier?
Nah, I think
Or
you
no?
have to ask me something in order to break it for.
I think you have to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you got it. You still
Which
got
means
it.
you can still use it. Yeah.
We still tied in.
still
we
got
still
it.
like this. We're
Yep.
still locked in, twin.
Mhm.
Yeah. We shall see.
All right. Okay, so for spill, see if I can actually find our correct thing here. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna roll plus heart, in order to see if you can provoke a little spill here. So, Cal, what you're gonna want to
Oh,
do? Tell me.
Sorry, I said I wasn't gonna provoke Spill right now. in
Indeed.
front of the she-devil.
All right. Oh, you don't want to. I was like, wow, is so very bold, but you have a little bit of
No.
decorum left. Okay, I see. Cal could be counted on to have the one decorum out of the group.
Yes, the one
And Molly
decorum we all
too.
share.
And Hollis. You guys have your moments. Some of you have.
Molly decorum.
abilities.
You might want to put Hollis above Molly in the decorum list here after Cal, just so you know.
Yeah. Hollis is a
Fair
little
to
salty
know.
right now, so that might be out the window.
Salted Hollis. All right.
You've done the
Okay.
impossible. You've made Hollis salty.
It seems to be the very possible. Okay, so I have just ripped off the coat off of Mateo's face. And I'm
Indeed.
watching Miriam very closely.
Miriam comes over and crouches over the body with way less hesitation than a normal person should have to such a horrible thing. Like, she's wading through guts and kind of kicking it off really cracked old docks, and she kind of squats down and looks at the body, and she has a frown on her face. It smells horrible, like oil, and his skin seems ow.
I don't want to test the theory, but based on what we've found earlier, I fully believe that that skin would slough right off if you tried to pull on it.
She pulls on it.
Okay.
In this case, interestingly, the skin doesn't come all the way off. It's just loose and wiggly. Well, some of it does that Percy ripped at. I wrote in the notes. Percy did a lot of mauling, mind you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not like the fawn where the bones just slither out. She kind of gives it a good old Velcro yoink, but it doesn't really do anything. I haven't seen anything like this before, but the smell smells like the lake.
So this is what you were smelling in your tribe. This is what you thought was wrong with your alpha? With Ezra?
Hard to say. Ezra, I never let him get close to me for personal reasons. But I don't know. You'd have to ask another former packmate. Ask Priya. And she sort of gets cranky again as she thinks of and becomes aware.
He didn't want to go find you, you know. You can drop the fucking bitch act.
Molly? What?
Sorry.
Oh no, you filled me in on
Cal.
all of this. Never mind, not one.
Yeah.
But Molly.
Sorry, Cal.
Miriam gives you an inscrutable look. Just an inscrutable look.
If it makes
But
you
she
feel
doesn't
better,
rise
it's
to
not
the
bad.
bait.
She's good.
What was that? Can you repeat that one more time, Steve?
Oh, if it makes you feel better, Molly, it's not an act. She is a bitch.
That makes her smile. That makes her smile. The tiniest smile Percy specifically says that, like, quirks the corner of her lip and then vanishes. And she shakes her head.
Squabbling here will bring us nothing. Enough. Though he does slightly nod his head a bit to be like, it's not wrong.
So yeah, it looks, I'm gonna basically say that for now, if you want, I don't think it would be impossible to convince Miriam to accompany you to certain places if you have a vision. She's not easy to work with, but you got Josiah with you and she's tolerant at this time. It seems like she's really focused on danger.
Okay. So what did you said you had information if you could look at our packmate's body. What information do you think you can get from hers that you can't get from Mateo?
None. Now that I've seen his body, I think that's all there is to it. I'm not a healer.
All right.
If the body's anything like this, there's not much more that I can say.
Why don't you, and he'll sit, did I ever change back? I don't think I did. He'll sit down on his haunches, and say, all right, well, why don't we sit and you can tell us exactly what happened that made you leave Spine Mountain. And if it's related to this.
She looks at you, Josiah, for a minute with like a nervous kind of look, like, but then it's there and gone, quick as a summer flash, and she sort of steels herself again and says,
"Oh, I think he'll pick up honestly if she gives him a nervous look."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been a long evening for many of us. Perhaps rest may be in order before we discuss any further. It is very late.
Cal gives Yaz the, like, what the hell, you're being diplomatic now, look. um, then, alright. You vouched for her, and she has no alpha to consult, so officially, Miriam, you are welcome in our territory on a provisional basis while we're investigating this. But I have to be absolutely clear, if you harm any of my packmates again, that permission will be immediately revoked and violently. Do you understand?
She looks at you for a long minute and then gives a decisive eye contact nod of yes. It's not a flippant, childish nod. It is a yes. Yeah, this is not one of your packmates being like, "Oh, this is thing." Yeah, I get it. I'll die. Like your territory, your rule, kind of a thing.
Great. Well, give me a moment to speak to some of my pack members, and then we will be off to the lodge. And Cal will look at Molly and Percy and nod at both of them, and sort of walk over to the side.
Molly will follow.
Percy, you coming too?
He thinks about it. He's not taking his eyes off Miriam as he shifts to the side.
Okay, great.
Percy.
I love you, Percy.
I love him.
Josiah will actually walk up to Percy and like obscure Miriam in his vision, and just look at the wound on him and just. I'm assuming Mateo took care of that, or did that.
What about Miriam's gonna look a hell of a lot worse.
You recognize that if you wish to harm her, you will have to get through me. You wouldn't be the first werewolf to try, nor will you be the last to fail.
Real quick. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But is this just you and I talking like before Percy shifts to the right?
Yeah, I can't hear this, I assume.
Okay. So yeah, when he says that, Percy will just lean in. Listen, you better fucking tell Cal what this shit is. It'll be a lot easier coming from you than it is from me.
We can work ourselves through this problem without having to delve into my personal traumas.
That's when he'll turn and rejoin Cal.
Oh, I think he'll actually.
We'll see about that.
I think he'll stop and like put a hand on your shoulder, and look again and say, "That injury."
Since when are you the type to worry about the others?
Did I say that was the case?
It's fine. Molly hasn't had a chance to look.
And he kind of looks for like a long moment, and then kind of comes closer to you with like a very stern, like glare look, and just. You murdered Kindred. You killed another werewolf. You hesitated. You gave yourself a moment, and then murdered them. Your actions were decisive. You are doing it. Your actions were decisive. That is the work of a strong enforcer.
Is that? Hold on. Is that a compliment? Is it fucking hell freezing over? Alright, for that, I'll give her 30 more seconds to live.
And he like moves the hand from your shoulder to like the top of your head, and like it's a soft pat, but the grip is clearly enough to let you know like it's nothing like you can't walk away. So it's like, just know I'm much stronger than I'm currently playing with you right now, kid. He looks and just says,
"Oh yeah."
He looks and just is like, Percival, if you possessed even a scant more than your brain than rocks and buzzing bees, you might become something worth something someday. Till then.
You just couldn't let the compliment sit.
Nope.
God damn it.
The funny thing is, that is a compliment.
Wait.
Yep, sure is.
It's biting, but what Yesaya literally just said, was, hey, if you genuinely put something in your brain
If you're not
besides
such
like
a fucking
nonsense,
idiot, you can name something. Yeah.
exactly. If you stop being a moron, you'd be really damn good at what you do. Like,
it's one of those compliments that somebody says is for your own good. I'm just thinking about you.
It says the kids say backhanded.
Yes. Just
It's a Mother Gothel compliment.
just say I'm looking
it
dead
sure
seriously.
is.
Just say I'm looking dead seriously.
Oh,
I did not backhand you.
Not today.
One the duck.
learn to duck.
My brain is just
All
flashing
right.
to Dragon Ball Z Abridged and dodge.
All right, everybody.
So
Kyle, did you want to have your moment with him?
yes, sorry.
Okay.
So
No, that's all right. Yeah.
Molly, we should probably make sure that Miriam and Priya stay away from each other.
Yup.
I am happy
We'll
to
say I'm
handle...
not taking care of her leg. Unless you actively order me to, I'm not taking care of her leg.
Or Miriam's leg?
Yep.
She's fine. She's a big girl. She can handle it.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. If she looks
Yeah,
like
that leg
she's...
is shredded, but it's fine.
Assume that I have given you no orders to help her medically unless you, in your professional opinion, assume she will die without said help.
She can die, I don't care. I'm not actually a doctor, but anyways, anything else?
Yes. No, just we'll work together, fill in the rest of the pack as you can. Keep Priya and Miriam away from each other. Percy, great instincts. Keep it up. Keep an eye, an ear, and maybe a claw on Miriam at all times. I do not trust this woman as far as I can throw her. And I can throw her pretty far.
You can pitch her very far.
I don't trust her as far as Coyote over there can throw her.
Still very far.
Yeah,
I think from off to the side, like without kind of looking over at you, so kind of looking up into the sky for a bit, just says, "We will handle the problem of keeping them separate and your mistrust simply. She will stay with me."
Miriam
Did you say
will
that loud enough for
survive.
Miriam to hear?
I don't care if you heard it or
Oh,
not.
I don't know if Miriam heard then. Yeah, okay. If she was nearby, she is so happy to just. Bleh.
Okay then. Thanks for that. Yaz.
Yeah, no, she can stay in the old man's cave with the rocks and the bones and the whatever other shit he has in there. That's actually, honestly, that's actually the most appropriate action. As, let's face it, she's not a person or a wolf, she's a fucking snake.
Character assassinations aside. And Molly just looks, if I permit your leave, Alpha.
What the fuck, Molly? Yes, go.
Molly's already dodging off again.
If leaving's the order, we should go as well.
Miriam starts off towards the lodge.
Okay.
Calvin.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing the smart thing of at least he's asking you for permission to leave, but he's not going further
Yeah.
than just saying your name and looking at you.
Oh, I didn't realize it was permission to ask. I was interpreting it differently. Okay, then Cal will nod respectfully.
He'll nod back, roll a shoulder, and slink after behind her. Definitely staying behind her on purpose, because you seen that ass? It's incredible.
Please tell me you said that out loud.
No.
Of course he did.
That's none of your saying,
I know. I
Doesn't
just was hoping against
He
hope.
doesn't say it, but as he passes Cal, he's just like, huh?
It's just that one meme.
He looks, again, super stern look again, like he's about to reprimand you. And then for the second time tonight, that slight look over of, that kid's not wrong.
I can't. All right. So, am I correct in hearing that everybody is sort of regrouping to the lodge? Question: what are you going to do with Mateo's body? Are you just going to let it be, or are you going to add it to the
right.
body shed? Or
I feel like we should
The
carry
body
it
shed.
back, but I don't think we should do the the body shed?
Where the deer is.
At the
little
body
tool
shed,
for the garden.
rotting
Well, I
something
mean-
unholy.
Oh god. That was actually really good, Mikey. That was actually a
Good job,
fantastic
Mikey.
cursed
That has to be clipped. Please, somebody clip that.
body shed.
Please, please, please.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that was awesome.
So yeah, tell me where you put Mateo's body, and then we will time pass to the lodge.
I think, okay, the fawn is in the shed. If there's
Yeah.
enough room in the shed, I will also put Mateo in the shed. He doesn't get the
I think we
lying in
should
state
start
that our type member
burying
makes.
bodies.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
think
not
we should
letting
be
Mateo in the
piling
shed until
up.
he's wrapped in a tarp.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily done. Yeah, we don't need to walk through on screen all of. Just tell me, like, do you want to bury him? Do you want to keep him in the shed? Like, just tell me where the body ends up, and if it, just where it is and how it is contained. Not that that's
Shoved in a
relevant.
shed,
Okay,
wrapped in a tarp.
great.
Percy votes bury. Why? Why are we just piling bodies in the shed? We don't need them. Bury them. This was a man.
Molly will just direct. I
This
feel
was a
like.
man.
See?
Also,
The
I
rest of
will
the pack
say.
is going to agree with Percy and is going to ask the alpha if it's all right if they just bury a lot of this gnarliness because it's upsetting.
Yeah, like
Some of the.
Cal will turn to Hollis for guidance on what we should be doing with these bodies.
I mean, we haven't seen anything in the condition that Mateo was yet. So,
Ooh! I can be helpful here. I can be helpful.
Oh my
here,
god!
ooh.
Sorry, that wasn't in character. That was more out of character.
No,
but
oh my god, the mental image of Yenzayed going, ooh, I can be helpful. That's a wonderful one.
so I've got the
Getting
I've got
the
the
tippy
I've
cat
got the
like a
lore
dog.
keeper ability. Which so you are the keeper of pack history, records of the members, knowledge, and all the other packs and the pack lists. You know why the traditions and laws of the pack are in place, and you keep the lists of who has broken them and been cast out. When information is requested about these matters, you must narrate the answers, mark off one circle, and the wolf even path to your side. So I feel like how you bury a dead werewolf, it sounds like werewolf tradition.
Yes! Hell
Especially
yeah,
if it's not
Foxy!
our packed werewolf. Like, what
Yeah,
do we do with
yeah,
a
that's another
non-packed
important
mate?
thing is-
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
So
Uh, tell
I
us,
was
so
asking
just
Hollis
Yesaya.
whether we should bury them first before we got to the how we should bury them.
how we handle a dead werewolf of a dead I think that's not I can answer. So I think as you two are kind of like deciding like why don't we put them in the shed? What are we doing here? I think Josiah again quietly kind of speaks up and just like tradition dictates when a pack member or when a kinfolk is lost, their body is to be buried somewhere close to a hill. They need space to run in the soul world. It's different when a body is defiled like this, though I can't say we shouldn't offer them the same ceremony any of us should have upon their deaths. If anyone deserves anything, and his face takes on a different quality for a moment, if any of us deserve anything, it's a good death.
Can't say I disagree with that. Thank you. Thank you for your knowledge and guidance. Hollis, do we need to investigate any more here, or can we inter these bodies?
No, you say is right. We can bury him.
All right.
Maybe gather what we have of their clan so they can oversee.
We can't reach any of their clan right now. It will have to be you and Yesaya overseeing the ceremony.
We could have Priya.
If Priya is in a state and wishes to, then absolutely.
Last she knew, Mateo was still alive.
Ah. All right, then.
And then we can offer her the peace of securing his death in the morning.
What state? What is she in, Molly? Should I break
I
the news
had.
now or wait?
Let's wait till the morning. She came off a very, very awful panic attack.
All right. Then show her what kindness we can tonight. And in case it wasn't clear, I don't know why it wouldn't be, but obviously she has permission to be in our territory and all that comes with that.
Of course. I, again, sort of handled it without asking. That is on me, but she flopped onto our porch seeking sanctuary.
You did absolutely nothing wrong, Molly. In that situation, that was the perfect reaction. And then he turns immediately to the SA and says, "But not a precedent."
Molly, how do you feel about that moment of trust that Cal just showed in you by being like, yeah, you did the right thing? Clearly he trusts you. You feel good about that? Does it feel like pressure?
It doesn't feel... It feels a little bit like pressure, not gonna lie. But also, it's just like... Wow, okay. Alright, here I thought I was gonna get my ass chewed for, not seeking his guidance, but,
I never chew ass without consent. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
See, no, you're better than me.
Game's over, everybody. Have a good
I have this meme to say in my brain that keeps making
This was
Drax
Mike's
jokes.
role play.
See, I have this meme to say in my brain that keeps making Drax jokes. So the moment you said that, I just had to say in my brain going, and for what reason would Calvin chew your ass?
Love it.
I mean,
the best me.
Dear God. Reasons. But yeah,
All
no,
right.
Molly feels pretty great about that. Cool.
Also, when you guys come back to the lodge, I want to give you guys a sense of the feeling there. Immediately, you were the rest of the pack, and everyone comes up and they're hugging and snugging, and the ones that are in wolf form are kind of sniffing all over you to see if you're okay. Percy, you get so much attention.
Well,
You get a lot of attention.
Oh, by the way, I probably
Percy-
should actually do the right doctor thing and check out Percy's bite eventually. Just side note.
Percy would have asked to stay behind because of the bite, not saying anything about it, but she's like, I'll stick back here with Mateo's body, make sure the carrions don't get at it. Yeah, I'm looking at you, and I'll point to a raven across the forest.
My raven impression. Oh, that was really good.
Whoa, that was very good.
Just made a noise.
Thank you. That was me.
Dang!
I spent way too much time.
That was so good.
Do
I
you
can
get
only
to
imitate
hang out
farm
with
animals.
ravens? Because I'm very jealous now.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, we went to Yosemite a lot, so I'd always try to talk to him. I got really good
Aw.
at
Amazing.
impressions.
So good.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful.
Sorry, that was just... I saw the opportunity.
Percy will bookmark that moment because there's somebody there, but maybe in a minute. But yeah, everybody comes up and gives you some love. Obviously, to the audience, perhaps, a certain someone comes over to Molly. It's Ripley, and they kind of give you a sideline, and there's a moment of pause, and then they hold out their arms for a hug.
Molly will give him the hug.
To their credit, they don't make it anything more than it needs to be. Just like a warm welcome back hug. And they make sure to let go, not like a creep. You know what I mean? There's the hugs where it's like, I'm glad you're back. And it's like, don't touch my lip. This is a hug of pack. You know what I mean? This is the hug
Yeah.
of someone that has been rejected, knows it, but also still cares. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yes, so you are all greeted. Juniper and Simone are high as balls right now. Like the whole room, they come out of like, Jesus Christ, like close the fucking door.
Yo,
And,
just
they
like
have a
me
lot of
for
feeling.
real.
Hotboxing in their room.
Kind of. And then Priya comes out after them. Like, you know, we're making friends.
Aww.
A+.
Have I met Priya before?
You've seen her, yeah.
Okay.
We run into Priya at like pack meetings occasionally, like through the airwaves.
Okay. When we go to Werewolf Summer Camp. What Cal
Is
is
that
still
not
going
what
to.
this is?
Werewolf summer camp all the time.
I mean, like,
Cal,
to be honest, but you know.
yeah. Cal is gonna
Kinda, sorta.
formally welcome her. Just warm hug. Sorry for about all the trauma you've gone through.
She gives you a big hug and thanks you for your graciousness in letting her stay. And then she thanks you, Molly. She says, I've had a few hours about it, and I really appreciate you helping take care of me. I feel a lot better now. A lot better.
Molly just like nods. I'm glad to hear
Part
it.
of that is probably the weed.
Well, most definitely is, but
Yeah.
Molly just gives her just a very gentle nod. Priya, Miriam will be staying with us on the same grounds. Not in the same vicinity, perhaps, but if you are having issues with that, we can find you another place to stay for the
No,
night.
it's okay. I owe her an apology, actually. I could have handled things differently, I'll just say that.
Oh,
thank
trust
you.
me, she is a right piece of work, so I mean...
No, she's a raging bitch. But that doesn't mean that what I did wasn't not so great myself.
You want to rise to be the better person, and I respect that, but also, yeah.
You don't need to owe her any quarter.
I think Priya starts giggling and she's like, you have no idea pack with her on the it's just a lot.
We do have some more questions for you, Priya, though.
Yeah, ask
about
away.
Ezra.
Oh, what do you want to know?
It seemed like, according to Miriam, problems started with Ezra a long time before this all this strangeness began. Is that something you can corroborate?
Well, I don't know the intimate details of it, but I do know that Ezra's had it out against me basically from day one. She is, again, a raging bitch, and some guys
also
like
covers
that.
herself in too much silver.
Priya pauses when you say that, and then sallies forth with her proclamations of her perspective. I don't know. She's like catnip to certain fucked up kinds of dudes. Ezra, she told him no. He got weird about it. Things have been weird ever since. At one point, she actually took over Alpha, and then everybody took it back, and I'm not proud of how that happened, and I'm surprised she stuck around. But I'm glad she did. I don't know. Wherever Miriam is concerned, shit gets complicated.
Yeah, I'm getting a
Anyway,
sense of that. And
yeah,
her
but
being catnip for weird, fucked up dudes makes a lot of sense.
it's so weird. It's always the creeps. I love you, Foxy. I'm sorry, kinda.
Y'all suck, by the way. Yeah, it's smooth for all y'all on the stream, by the way. On site, like it's beef for all y'all, like on site.
Oh, we love you, Foxy.
We love you,
But
Foxy, but
ultimately-
you did
we
this to
love
your
you,
fucking
Foxy.
self, motherfucker.
But ultimately, what you kind of get out of it is that Ezra was a kind of a divisive leader, or is a divisive. Like, it seems like he commanded respect. People obeyed him, as the Alpha Spy Mountain seems like they really obey. Like, hence. But Priya does sort of say, he's always been a little, but he's been more so lately, I would say. I don't know. He's getting older. I don't know.
Did he start acting like irrationally? Anything that made you feel like there was something?
Like Mateo?
Yes. But, early stages of that.
I don't know. That's the thing. It's hard to I tried to keep my distance from Mateo. I mean, after it happened anyway.
What happened?
I'm gonna miss him so much. He came running out of the woods towards us. I smelled a familiar smell. I headed his direction, away from Miriam, and I didn't expect him to be the one to come after me. But I don't blame him. Clearly he was out of his mind. It just sucks.
Unfortunately, we were going to wait to tell you earlier, but we will be burying him in the morning.
I'm not surprised to hear that. I can smell his blood on you. Collective you.
Darius was with him when we saw him earlier today. There was no sign of Darius at the lake.
Shit. I have to go find him. What am I doing here? I have to go find him.
Priya, and Molly just like grabs her shoulders.
I'm the worst partner ever. How could I not?
Priya, you are not the worst partner. Again, look at me, hon.
She looks.
You are not the worst partner.
Ripley looks envious in the background, by the way, to anyone who is not Molly.
Damn.
Oh my god, Steve, shut up.
I just looked over. I need to stop. No. Anyways. Molly just, again, you're not the worst partner ever. We don't know what happened to Darius after what happened to Mateo. If, and this is a huge if what happened to Mateo has happened to Darius, you will not be safe, and Darius will kill you, mate or not.
He wouldn't do that to me. He would recognize me. He would know it was me if it happened.
Mateo didn't recognize Percy, and he attacked.
Molly.
Sorry.
We don't need to... I appreciate it. You're doing the right thing, but we should...
Keep it low. I know.
We don't have enough information to say one way or another. But all of the evidence we have points directly towards people who are infected like this not recognizing friend or foe and attacking indiscriminately. I think in the morning it might be a wise choice to get a large group together and see if we can find Darius for his own sake and for yours. But rushing out into the woods tonight is not going to... We're just going to lose you too, and I don't want that.
Okay, we'll do what you say. Thank you. She looks relieved to have somebody help take control of the situation. Somebody's making like a ton of pizza, tombstone pizza, the kind that you just pop out of the freezer. It's like an industrial line of them. Just every single person gets their own. Like obviously, like
yeah, we all are on cheat day every day.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Simone huh?
I said, well, because Mia was our meal planner, I guess we have been resorted to cheat day for a bit until we get back, until somebody else picks up the mantle.
Yes.
Just because it seems like, well, I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't, because I've been doing other things, but I wonder if any of the pack members covered up the word tombstone on the pizza out of respect.
Oh, nope. Definitely not. They're currently playing Frisbee with the cutouts. They have the maturity of nothing.
No.
I guess whatever Molly has left to do before the night closes out is double check on Percy.
Percy, where are you at, my raven cursing friend?
I had to check, make sure my mic is unmuted. He would honestly be staying by Mateo's corpse. He would at least fulfill that part of it. Because he doesn't want this guy to be picked apart, especially if they're going to try and bury him and return him to the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we still brought him back to the lodge, though. He's in the tool shed.
I was strongly against piling him up in the tool shed.
Yeah, we haven't actually, I don't think, actually put him in the tool shed.
We have not, but we
Okay.
did mention bringing him back to at least to the lodge area. Maybe Percy could have had a better opinion of where to keep him. That isn't the tool shed, like maybe
Okay,
out
so-
in the woods.
MC is
Yeah.
going to interject with a big hug. So I think what it sounds like might be interesting, going to gently steer you guys toward not worrying about role playing out where it goes so much, and not worrying. If you guys want to role play out the ceremony, absolutely. But I'd like us to do a little bit of a skip from in character logisticking, like hopping to the interesting bits. So is the ceremony something you guys would play out? Or is that something your opinion?
I'm cool skipping it, honestly, if it feels like it's appropriate for y'all. I mean, I think we can get a cool, like camera shot of cut to low, mountain shot, cut to a hill with a fire burning, and cut to all of us solemnly looking over, some bodies being buried. I don't know, some cool, fun movie shots like that, with some good
Well,
guitar
I do
swinging
know
music
that
in the background. I don't know.
I will know that Mia's body is actually going in our proper actual graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which is the
I
ceremony
guess-
we probably spend more time on.
I'm gonna say that when several packs are in the same area, they all put their burial grounds in close proximity. So Spy Mountains probably isn't far from the hill we put ours on, and so we can
No.
easily move on from Mateo there.
Do we all do the ceremony? What form do we all do? Is it traditional to do the ceremony in?
I feel like it's never really the kind of thing that it's locked in on. Different packs have different things for
Okay.
it. So I think we never really super settled on that kind of thing. I do know that after we bury them, we all usually go into wolf form and give some group howls and some running around in ceremony and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah. We're freaking out the tourists on the edge of the woods.
Oh, that's fine.
Just hear 20
One.
wolves howling in the distance.
Yeah. I was just really liking the mental image of a bunch of us in werewolf form standing solemnly on a hill.
I mean, we could do that and then shift into wolf form. I mean, that could be that could be Greenforest's tradition, is the hybrid form for the observance and the howl.
Could be.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, because it's somewhere between human and wolf.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
All right, so are we gonna end the? Here's what I'm thinking. We're running close to time. My thought is, I would love to get some vignettes. Not even vignettes. I'd love to get some play scenes in with everybody, and then maybe we could see ourselves out. Final being the burial. Sound cool?
Good.
All right,
Great.
sweet. So in that case, beautiful, flawless, wild cracker Molly, you find Percy? Is that what your vision was? Okay.
Yes. Because, bite is concerning, and we don't know if it's actively infectious. I mean, from what Priya told me, it didn't sound great, but, we don't know how it jumped from Mateo into suddenly, because all we know of, deer ate something bad. And the water's been pretty damn bad. So yeah, Molly will find Percy, just with her whole entire field kit, and just... Percy, can you please shift back to human form? I'm not great at diagnosing on hybrid.
To pause a second and think of where Percy would be, because we got a little mixed up there. Percy was staying behind because he's worried about the bite and turning into that, so he doesn't want to be near the pack when that happens. So now I'm just left kind of trying to figure out what Percy would have done.
Well, would it be okay if we had him somewhere on the? Would that be something? You could still put a little
he
space
probably
between.
would just pull himself up in his room, which isn't too out of the ordinary. Obviously, having now shifted back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, then we can just strike what I just said. Just, again, more... Okay, so Molly just comes up to his door and just knocks heavily, Purse, open up, I gotta look at that fucking wound.
Yeah, don't have to, I'm fine. Walked all the way back here. It's just blood, you grow it back.
You grow it back.
That's another t-shirt.
Percival? As as often as I am to leave you to your fucking devices. For the love of the moon and everything under this goddamn earth, open the door so I can make sure that you're not infected and won't go berserk on us.
Infected? Simone sticks her head around the wall. What's the problem? Simone giggles, but does not leave. She saunters over and leans against the wall. She is trouble, but she looks at you and she's like, so, Percy, what's going on in there? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Doing great.
Simone opens the door.
Actually,
Good luck.
Molly just like
Motion
reaches
pass.
quick as a whip. I'm pretty sure at the same time as Percival reacts, Molly just like grabs her wrist and squeezes.
I think good luck pushing past all the beer bottles.
Simone looks at you. Chill. Don't you need to get to him? Sometimes
I
he
do.
does this. He just buries himself in there.
I
You just
know.
gotta go talk to him. Don't make a thing of it.
It's not buried.
Molly
The
like
vaults are
slowly lets go. Simone, I can handle this. I appreciate your help, but last I checked, you weren't the healer, were you?
Last I checked, you weren't even his friend. Back a few. I've known Percy for ages, and I've been trying to get him to get to know me for. I think I have more of a right to talk to him than you.
Cal ordered me to get a look at the bite.
Cal, I want to look at the bite. She yells
Let
down the
Molly look
hallway.
at the bite, and then you can go and be comforting afterwards.
Don't mind if I do. And she sits back on her phone to done. Also,
Molly just-
Percy, by the way, this is up to Percy how he feels about it, but Simone, who is Simone for some goddamn reason, that Percy makes her laugh. And so in the time-honored tradition of stupid hot girls everywhere that like men that make them laugh, that they shouldn't because they drink too much, you've caught her eye. For better or worse.
I mean, honestly,
Literally
look
every
at Percy.
person that
Or work
dated.
for
God damn
her.
it, I hate that.
Listen, I know my
Um.
romantic tropes. I've got my eyes on all of you.
Molly
Percy
just sort of,
opens the door.
yeah, and just
Is what
grumbles,
your meddling
passes
gets?
her. What did you say? Sorry.
You see what your meddling gets?
I was just doing as Cal told. The day I get, 2 days after I get back, motherfucker, I haven't had a chance to sleep after all of this
Shower.
shit.
Or shower,
That's right.
Simone.
Yeah,
says.
not even shower.
He will look like to the little mini fridge he has and specifically hand her a cold, unopened one. Beer. that is. Drink that first,
Molly,
then you can
Molly
go on.
just like takes it, walks in, and shoves the door shut. Stares at the beer, stares at Cal, or not Percy, and Cal, not Cal, Percy, and just
I have
one
teleport.
go rips it, like just opens it swiftly and just chugs. One thing that
I'm
Percy
just
would know,
imagine, like,
Molly never did that before. Molly wouldn't accept a beer, nothing.
Off to a
it's
good
been a
start.
day.
Been a
I'm,
day.
I'm encouraging healthy coping mechanisms. Legally
Mhm.
speaking, that is a joke. Alcoholism is not a healthy coping mechanism.
That's all we
Yeah,
have in
you-
this pack is healthy.
Not
coping
even if you're a
mechanisms.
werewolf.
Yeah, not even if you're a werewolf.
Absolutely,
Nope.
if you're not a werewolf.
This has been our PSA. Anyway,
The
Hey
more
kids,
you
we've
know.
been
Thank
having
you
a
for
lot of
watching.
fun about werewolves today, but something that's not fun
Is
alcoholism.
is alcoholism.
Everything in moderation, and make sure that you are of the legal drinking age. The more you know.
It's definitely just Saya saying that part because he's fucking 300, so it's even funnier. It's
Now I kind of want to film werewolf PSAs. Anyway, sorry.
Do you feel
Get
better now,
back.
Maul? Take the edge off.
This is Bilgewater. It'll take the edge off later. And she just like
And
can or bottle.
it's a can.
Cool. Puts it down, stomps it flat, and smashes it.
God.
Bite. I need to look at.
And he'll like take off his bloodied shirt. That's the word for the things you wear on your chest. Is shirt.
Nailed it.
Sometimes.
Well, in the most generic terms, shirt.
Shirt.
Shoot.
Yeah, and Molly just pops open the thing and just starts, clinically
Wound looks
looking it
great.
over.
Wound looks great.
Cool. Like,
It's gonna heal over. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally clean. It's great.
totally
It's gonna heal
clean.
over soon. Yeah. Smells weird, but it's fine. So, to be clear, the wound is because he's already kind of easing up. It smells gross. It smells a little like the oil that was on Mateo, who bit him there.
Mhm.
But you, in your opinion, your semi-professional opinion, the change back from when he turned from werewolf to human escalated the healing. And
Mhm.
on a mechanical level, and you turn back or shapeshift, you can heal up to 3 harm back. So you can remove your harm curse. You are healed of it, but aesthetically, this is a thing that you're going to be carrying with you in the same way that like a silver might stick around for a while. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Just adding another scar to the list.
But you
You've
could
got
document it if you wanted. You could like take a picture.
yeah, Molly's documenting it.
Days.
She's documenting it all, just to make sure, and
Yeah.
just sort of
For
looks
the-
at Percy. If you feel anything change in your temperament, gotta let us know.
Was sort of why I didn't want to let any of you in here in the first place. I feel fine for now.
Just saying.
Do you really feel fine, Percy? How do you really feel?
I know. Just, I mean, he is legitimately worried about it, because he knows, really, if he goes and turns, Josiah is going to be the only person able to take him out, and he's not sure what'll happen in the time between getting Josiah and getting to Percy.
Molly, do you guys want to spill? Is there spillage that needs to happen?
I guess.
Maybe?
Honey, I know it all. Still, sorry, I'm so fucking
Yeah,
sorry.
no,
I'll be back.
it's no, Foxy, never apologize, man.
Never
Never
apologize for
apologize.
So yeah, if you want to provoke spill, it's hard and try and encourage Percy
Yeah,
to feel safe
Molly's-
with you
Molly's gonna do that.
amongst the beer and all of the nosy pack who literally. You see multiple snouts snuffling at the bottom of the door jamb once in a while as they walk by, like not even pretending they're minding their business. Like, there's some downsides and upsides to werewolf pack life, and part of it.
I
why is
forgot
privacy
to
not a thing.
mention my +1, but I think I put it to heart, so it's a flat roll. So just roll 2d6. But my sheet says it's a -1, but I remember I think I put a +1.
Oh,
on
you
that
did?
one.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and update that. And
I'll
yeah, let me know
update
what you
it
get.
after stream. That is a 7.
7. All right. So, on a 7 to 9, Percy, you are going to spill, and Molly can choose one of these things. You can have his response provoke you to spill, as though he had rolled a 10+, which means you respond in kind. And I encourage you to think about this narratively, but like you feel inspired and you're like, fuck it, you also spill and say how you're really feeling. Or you can allow Percy to omit an aspect of the truth of how he's feeling, but you don't get a pack pool element of this.
I'm gonna go with the spill, like, backlash, because Molly's
Double
been...
spill.
It's a double spill. Molly has been up for 48 hours straight. No sleep, no shower.
It's a spillspiration.
Oh, Molly, poor Molly.
I
All
did
right,
this
sounds
to her.
good.
Spill for spill.
Now, before we role play out some spill, I wanted to check in on me. We have 3-pack pool, is that correct? Or did somebody go add in? Because I know we got one more pack pool. Did anybody?
I added in the one that I had. The one that I got added in, but on the
added
sheet
it?
it
Okay.
said 1, so we have 2 now.
Okay, now we have 3 for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Hey.
Just wanted to make sure that we had the right amount. That's fantastic. Good job, pack pool. And now tell me, so Percy, what do you admit? What do you share with this with the in your space?
Yeah, I guess he would start to kind of spill those feelings. It's fine for now, but I don't know how long for now it's gonna be. Just put the old man on standby, because if I go, he's gonna be the only one that's gonna be able to put me down. And I'd rather he be here and ready, so that I don't take any of you with me. Most of you are assholes, but you're my assholes.
Oh, my heart.
I think that line of most of you are assholes, but you're my assholes just like starts Molly like, and Molly probably at this point is still like gauzing up your wound, just doing the general like pre-wound, post-wound care just to make it not heal as nasty. Even if it's healing great, it's still like, you know, don't want to get any chances for any gross things that want to like that like fresh open wounds to live in, you know.
Yeah.
Bugs and things.
Weird diseases that make skin slough off.
Don't if it wasn't transferred through the bite, if he accidentally gets some of that wake water in that, then we're fucked.
Game over.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Game over.
Rain amoebas.
Gross.
Gross.
Either way, as that happens, Molly just like, as she's like bandaging him up, just fine. I mean, we can fucking. What a fucking welcome home, eh? I mean, sure, I fucking left on my own accord. I don't know. What a fucking welcome home. Leave for 4 years, come back to a whole entire disaster. It's not like I even fucking left. It's weird. It's weird coming back, and it's weird being here, and it's weird. All of this is weird. I can't go back to being a tame. I can't do anything right. Fucking end of it all. Can't do anything right now. Percy. Fuck. Shit. Damn it. And she just like devolves into tears.
No.
Percy has to think for a second, because he's usually not the person people do this with. That is always Cal's job. Usually it's much easier for him to just be like, oh god, you're crying. Go talk to Cal. So just kind of, he will gently, as Molly starts to like devolve into this, just like slowly switch to let her sit down once the bandaging is done, just to give her a chance to like sit and rest.
I think oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You're saying something.
Look, you're doing about as good as the rest of us. None of us know what the fuck is going on here. I don't know what to do. Cal trying his that's many thoughts for another.
Uh-oh.
You're
There's
muted.
nothing else we can ask of you. You
Oh.
came back to the situation.
There you go.
You're back.
Okay.
Am I
okay.
muted? Or did
No.
No,
You're
you're good.
you
Where
were
did
having
I lose
bandwidth
out?
issues. Al was trying to
Okay.
speak, but Al was muted.
as always? You give okay. But yeah, it's just basically telling Molly it's not her fault. We're all fucking trying.
I think especially after Cal, or not, I'm sorry, I'm fucking you both up tonight. I'm real sorry. I'm real sorry, Percy. That's what you get, Foxy!
So how do you, does it feel to have somebody to spill to? Does it feel affirming?
It
How does-
does.
Yeah. So does
Yeah,
I know Molly and Percy feeling awful, but do they feel better? Did you find some solace with each other?
I think so. I think they both, or at least Percy hopes she understands, like, somebody's gonna have to, take him out and be ready for that.
Yeah. If it comes to being infected. And Molly definitely feels a little bit better. Like, I don't think she's close to spilling about what happened in her 4 years away while she was back home. But we've opened the valve a little, so to speak. And I think especially after Percy says all that, gets her to calm down from the crying, she just flumps over into Percy's chest and just immediately, like, is out.
Goes to sleep right on the wound.
Stop! Oh my god, beautiful. All right,
Nice
is it all right if
salty
I...
tears right into an open wound.
Delicious. Is it okay if I pan the camera?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Hollis, what are you up to? What makes you seek Cal out right now? What drives you?
Pretty much everything that just happened within the last hour and a half.
Yeah. So, Cal, you have a rare moment. As alone as one can be in the cuddle pit, there's a couple of people snoozing, but it's quiet. The movie is turned off at this point, and Hollis, you're able to come over and plop with everybody if you want to. Have some skinship and solidarity with the alpha if you want.
Yeah, she would. She usually keeps her distance because she knows that she freaks people out sometimes, but some cuddling sounds good for sure. Yeah.
I think Cal sees you from across the room if you're hesitating about it and just kind of nods like, come on over.
And she will. A little awkwardly, but yeah.
So Asher and Levi are the two flopped right now for you, and then they lean on you, and you get a little bit babied because you have been wounded, and I think they feel nervous. So one of them is in wolf form, the other one's just in human form, and they're both sort of leaning on you and zoning out. One of them's on his phone, kind of listening to music and ignoring, but being physically present.
Yeah. I just immediate any tension in the shoulders just slump.
Cal will scoot over to you, so they're kind of like shoulder to shoulder, and just be like, how you holding up, Paulus?
I mean, as well as I can after somebody tried to kill me, I guess.
Yeah, that's honestly, you're probably holding up a little better than I would.
Hollis, how do you feel about the fact that Cal didn't punish Miriam? Or do you feel like what Cal did was just and that he did right by you by allowing Miriam to come back to the lodge? What are your personal feelings about that?
I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I'm happy she's not in the lodge, at least. Yeah, Hollis is just a big old mess of a bunch of different emotions right now. And she's keeping it mostly under the surface, but there is still that tension even after getting some cuddles in and getting a little more relaxed. It's still kind of like the anxiety, sort of static feeling.
Yeah, the come down.
Yeah. She doesn't blame Cal. Like, it's definitely better to keep Miriam closer than farther at the moment, for sure. But you know,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. You know we can't trust anything she says, right?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yaz and Percy both clearly have some kind of past connection, something to her. And, well, she's one of the only leads we have. We need to find out what happened to her pack. We need to... But also, it's one of those, you know, keep your friends close. Keep your maybe enemies. I don't know. Is any of this making any sense? I feel like I'm rambling.
No, you're making sense, Cal. I mean, from what I saw when we caught up to her, she'll at least listen to Yzea. But I don't like how much influence they have on each other.
That's, what do you... Can you elaborate on that a bit? Because I only got to see them when she was a little more kowtowed, I guess.
She only followed because he told her to.
Oh. It's funny, I always thought Yaz would be more of a sub. Clearly trying to make Hollis laugh.
You say that, and Levi, who is sitting, kind of laying his head on your lap, his ear swivels to you in disgust.
Cal gives you a look right after he says that, like like clearly trying to make you laugh.
Please.
Please laugh, Hollis, please.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, she would, but it's just like, oh god, no. Sort of.
I don't want to think about that. Oh god.
Nah.
I have Percy keeping an eye on her, but if you think we need to do more, if you think she's too dangerous to be around, I trust your judgment.
I mean, I don't know what to think right now, really, is the main thing. She knows something, more than she's letting on, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, what... I don't know, from the sounds of it, she said that... Was that conversation where she said she became alpha and then lost alpha? Was that...
That was
Priya.
To everybody's
Priya
knowledge?
said that.
Oh, that was Priya. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Scratch that.
You know, we heard some weird shit from Priya earlier about her.
Oh,
And I'll just relay, you know, the stuff that we've learned to my howl.
Oh. Well. That's... that makes me more suspicious, honestly. But... I don't know, Cal. I just have a really bad feeling beyond, you know, the normal sort of bad feeling reaction any of this shit would pull up for anybody, I think, but...
Does it feel like a spiritual, like, howl bad feeling?
What Cal was gonna ask,
Okay.
yeah. Is that a bad feeling beyond, like, you think it's a connection to spirits and shit bad feeling, or a regular bad feeling?
Honestly, I don't know.
That's okay. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you need... Cal again tries to lighten the mood. Do you need to eat Miriam? Because we can probably arrange that.
Excuse you,
think-
that's my job.
Please.
Demonetized!
Yeah!
Oh, gosh.
Instantly.
This has been Bitemarks. Thanks for coming,
Thanks, everybody!
everybody.
Neon lights will never stream again.
Bitemarks after dark.
We should have been named. We should have been named
That
after
was
dark.
Yeah.
Bitemarks after
Bitemarks
dark.
after
Jesus.
dark. Oh shit. Is it
Listen,
too late?
you
Oh,
guys
that's a good
100% have
Patreon
jokes.
idea.
You
Oh,
guys
That
yeah.
have
was
jokes you
perfect,
don't take,
though.
okay?
Oh my god.
I had to. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
That is a
Never
perfect
apologize
Patreon
for
thing, though.
greatness.
All right. Hollis, do you feel comforted in the presence of your pack and your sweet alpha?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Definitely.
All right. Do you mind if we do our final scene of the night with Yesaya?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oop.
Wait, Al, do you have a
Sorry.
thing?
I was gonna say Cal, I think after everybody's gone to bed, is actually gonna go and knock on Yesaya's cave.
Mm.
Interesting.
Literally, like goes up to the edge of the cave and just knocks on the stone a little bit.
We set up an old broken door on the edge of the cage just so we can
Just to
knock
knock on it? Yes,
I mean, that's
that's
fine.
canon now.
Yeah.
I will say that
not
you
even a
don't
door, it's
smell
just a
Miriam
strip of
there.
bark.
Miriam is not present at the man cave at this time, but
Oh,
Yesaya
man.
might be.
Yeah, similar to his wolf form, he'll just slink out of the cave and into his human form out of the shadows and just Calvin.
Isaiah? I was gonna say something completely different, but now, I don't smell Miriam. Do you know where she's at?
GM, do I know where she's at?
Knowing her, she's probably on a roof somewhere, prowling around like Batman, looking at stuff.
So in that case,
It's up to you whether you want to tell him that.
Say we'll just say skulking or sulking.
Alright. As long as you think she's okay out there.
No harm will
No,
befall
I-
her anywhere in this wood. That you can be assured of.
I think I sort of meant she's not gonna harm anybody else, but
That's
I'm
an
getting off
iconic
on the wrong
flip.
foot from what I actually wanted to come here and say. Listen,
I
2
can't.
days ago you and I went through a bunch of shit, and we were at each other's throats, and ever since then, I have noticed and appreciated how you have been... Polite is the wrong word, because that makes it sound like it was fake, and I know it wasn't. You've been trying to make sure that there isn't as much division as we had on the first day of all of this shit going down.
Do you know how change happens, Calvin?
How?
Tradition is iron. It is a slab of material in the earth. It is solid. It does not shift easily. Idealism is a blade. It is sharp, potent, crashing. When blade meets stone, both are edged, sharpened, furthered. I am an old idea, a dying thing. You are what comes next. You must shape yourself against my beliefs. We will clash 1,000 times before you die, Calvin. It does not mean I do not care for you.
I think Calvin's actually like trying not to choke up a little bit to that. that thank you. Yes, that was you should write, man. Like, we should get you a little laptop and you could write poetry or some shit. That was beautiful.
I find technology annoying and English cumbersome, but I appreciate the gesture.
All right. Well, I wanted to say thank you. I didn't want you to feel like... Last couple of days, I feel like a lot of shots have been taken at you, especially from me. And I know, and it's because I'm still smarting over 2 days ago, but I wanted you to know that you are a dearly valued member of this pack and of my family, and that we all love you, man. No matter what.
He smiles a
okay,
little bit.
maybe not no matter what. If Miriam comes back and kills us all, we might love you less. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Lighten in the mood. It's a bad habit.
He smiles a little bit. It takes him a second to kind of crook a smile, like a weirdly shaped dagger on his face. But after a moment, he just says, all the things that I have animosity for are dead, Calvin. You all have no fear. No one's blood will be spilt upon these grounds. None of yours, and certainly not hers.
Excellent. That's really great to hear after we all spent the afternoon doing the old action movie, if I wanted to kill you, you'd already be dead, over and over.
Speaking of action movies, I would ask that at some point you offer me a time to speak with Hollis.
Alright. I mean, I guess you do need my permission. You have my permission should Hollis be willing to speak to them whenever you need to.
I've heard tell of these wars in the stars. I've not heard of this prophecy or portent, but I wish to gain more information upon it. I heard tell there are 9 of them. The last 3 are devastatingly ineffective.
Oh my god.
So that's a really interesting thing you bring up, because absolutely, I would expect someone of your age to dislike the last 3. I mean, that seems to be the general consensus among the really old people.
But what's prophecy?
Many old people know the prophecies.
The prophecy.
If you, but if you, it's one thing that's fascinating is if you talk to the, if you talk to some of the younger members of the pack. Who grew up with the quote-unquote first 3, but they're actually the second 3. I'll explain later. Anyway, the point is, they saw them when they were kids. All of us who were a certain age thought they were terrible. They think they're cinematic masterpieces. So I think in about 20 more years of our lives, we're gonna get a new bunch of pack members who think the last 3 are cinematic masterpieces. This amuses me.
And he kind of just looks very seriously and just, very well. Some evening soon, I will bother myself to sit amongst the pack, and you will tell us of these wars in the stars.
I would love that.
You say it wants a Star Wars movie night? There couldn't be a better outcome!
I gotta say, you had me going for a solid, 20 seconds into it.
Me
I was
too.
like, what prophecy?
Yeah.
I've been holding a Star Wars joke in my brain for so fucking long, and this kid.
It's been a good
and
one.
It was beautifully
It's been a good
done.
Bless
one.
you,
It's
Foxy.
great.
You picked the correct
Fabulous.
time.
Thank you.
I knew this would be coming eventually, just because Foxy and I have in our own times talking about our characters here have laughed about oh, but what if Molly actually had started getting him started on the Star Wars movies before she had left, just to add to that ouch of like,
Oh,
she
that's
and Jazz
awesome.
had some cute like pack moments, and then she decided to toss that into the trash because she was being
I just
petulant.
think it's funny that despite having seen at least one or two of the movies, Josiah still has no idea that Star Wars is a movie series and not a prophecy. He's just like,
Yeah.
why are people not freaking out? There's gonna be a war up in the heavens. What the fuck?
Have you
We
seen
must
the
prepare.
size of that ship?
Is this
Like,
common
my
news?
God.
Also, Steve has a really good one in chat too. That's a pretty good joke for Jazz to pull up sometime.
Speaking of action movies, what is Mission Impossible? He always succeeds. It would seem as if the mission is in fact possible.
Quite
meaning the movie
possible.
lied to me.
Leans in close. I do not like being lied to.
So tell you all what, we are running up on time.
Mhm.
Foxy, would it be okay with you if we had our Miriam and Yesaya scene next game
Oh yeah, I'm super fine with
to
that.
give it some
Yeah.
extra time? Okay.
Go ahead, give me more time to salivate and wait on it.
All right, easily. So for now, I think we'll end on the War of Stars sort of note. Maybe what we'll do is say within the next couple of days or so, or we'll get them buried. I know we were going to end on a scene that, or we'll start with it next time. Let me make a note. Maybe we'll start with the funeral. That's a great note to start on. Start with funeral, right? Session 4. All right, it's in my notes. So we zoom out from that moment where our alpha has somehow, in his own way, kind of charmed the most cantankerous old guy ever. And now there seems to be the pack coming together under duress. And that is actually echoed by, I'm very pleased by this. You guys now have 3-pack pool, which is awesome. And it means that the pack, despite everything, is in a pretty okay state, despite the external factors. This is really cool. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to work through, we're going to do experience, and then we're going to do some aftercare, and then we will call it. So let's start with Foxy. If we go to your character sheet, let's see.
Let's go to it. I'm going there. I'm on the way. I'm there.
Can you please read for us your heartbeat?
My
What are your
heartbeats
heartbeats?
are experienced, scarred, and ending.
Do you think you played to any of these heartbeats?
I'm gonna be a little bit bold and say I hit at least 2.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think scarred happened. I had a lot of fun describing my literal silver line scars in my wolf form. Showing off that I'm an old dude who's seen a lot of shit. Experienced is the one I'm not so much super arguing for that much at less. I mean, mentioning the whole tradition thing could have been part of that, maybe, if you want to take that, but I'm fine to let that one hang. I do figure I want to add the ending thing in for 2 reasons. One, for that last conversation with Cal about growing and challenging through change, and also for the good death line, because Josiah talking about wanting to offer those people a good death and how everyone deserves that, he wasn't just talking about those people.
Yeah. Okay, so that sounded like that was human form, but you filled up your human path tracker, I see, which means
I was in wolf form for
you...
scarred, to be fair.
All right, then you may add 1 to your wolf path.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then go ahead and if you fill up any of your paths individually, go ahead and follow the instructions in the book to get you a new move.
Yeah.
Also, I want to
to
kudos you for using possibly. We have to double check the book, but yes, I think we do.
Cool.
Kudos to you also for taking some initiative and telling us about funerary customs as Lord Keeper.
Yeah.
The moment I saw the Grey Pelt playbook and saw that move, I was like, oh, I can literally just do the thing I do in every campaign, which is lore drop and force my GM to accept this canon. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do that.
It was divine. I love it. Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
All right, moving along to our poor harmed owl. What are your heartbeats?
My heartbeats are comforting, persuasive, and calculating. Which
Did you
I
play
would
to
say
any of those?
maybe I think maybe calculating just for connecting the dots between possible Luke Guru, Miriam status with all the silver
Yeah.
jewelry.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, that's all I got. So
Yeah, I think you were calculating. I think you also really well, considering that a lot of stuff got literally kind of thrown at you today, Hollis. So
Yeah.
no, thank you. I would say that Cal was more comforting to Hollis than Hollis to Cal, but that
I
was
felt
just
pretty
my perspective
comforted,
on it.
so meh on you.
well, tell you what, Hollis, you go ahead and add human path, which is exciting because it means that you have filled it up, and you too will probably, I think, get to pick a new move. I'm having a brain fry right now. I'll look into.
I believe.
Thank you. All right, moving forward to our one and only. Poor Percy. Oh, Percy. What are your heartbeats?
I am unmuted. Percy's heartbeats are that he's dangerous, passionate, and wild.
Did you play to any of these heartbeats tonight?
In sort of different respects, I think. He was pretty passionate about kicking Miriam's ass. He wanted to, he didn't, but it was a passion. Come here, old man. You name a place. There is a growing passion for actually doing his job as protecting the pack. So, like, weirdly taking care of Molly in that breakdown was sort of playing to that, his newfound care for this rascals.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, if you would like. In fact, I insist you should add one to your human path, because we've seen a few moments now where Percy's been vulnerable in his most vulnerable form. Yeah.
Gross.
Beautiful. All right, moving here. Alpha, what are your heart?
Oh, Alpha. Sorry. I was like, my name doesn't begin with A. She's talking to somebody else. Sorry, they're talking to somebody else. Controlled, steady, and protective.
Did you play to these heartbeats tonight?
Let's see. I feel like
all of them.
Protective, maybe. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. 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 I could see instances where all played to all.
Okay.
For sure. So for that reason, you can pick whether you to add to your human. Well, you were in wolf form at the beginning.
I was.
Mm-hmm.
So I can. Yeah.
I would encourage you. How about we do? Because I'm noticing that like the hardest hitting, like juiciest moment was with Hollis and everybody comforting them at the end. I feel like that if we're gonna pick a tone for the path would make sense.
Okay. Unfortunately, you said I think I'm gonna do, and then it cut out the word of which path you.
Human.
Human. Okay, great.
Human. Yeah, you did some real work in human. I think your point goes into human, which is cool because you also fill that up.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my god, my cat is attacking me.
Right?
You do. You already are. All right, moving forward to the one and only Molly. What are your heart?
My heartbeats are distrustful, vital, and drowning.
Beautiful. How did you play to these?
Well, I mean, the whole shit with Miriam, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely distrustful. Yeah. All of it inhuman, unfortunately, for the wolf path. But I will also say the drowning with the backspill from Percy.
Absolutely. Yeah. I completely agree. Those were some quality moments. So go ahead and put one in your human. Everybody is marching along. All right, beautiful. Okay, so the next part I want to do is I wanted to add, in our game, we had a very pensive yet passionate and also like really good, intense in-character stuff happen tonight. So I wanted to round you all up for a digital group hug and also wanted to invite you to, if you have any stars you want to give to other players of moments you thought they role played well or that were impactful or interesting to participate in or watch scene-wise, I would love to hear them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can't hear you, Foxy. Can't hear you. You're muted.
We lost your audio.
Did you do the stream
I
again?
No.
And that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Oh, I sure did. That's weird. I don't know why I pressed that button. Whatever. All I was saying was, yeah, DJ, I think that Percy and characters like him can be easily very one-note bruiser dumbasses, and I think you play him with a lot of personal depth and emotional weight that I think adds a lot to his story, and I look forward to seeing more of. That's all.
Yeah. Twice. Aw.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a rough one for me, friends. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best, all right?
No,
You're doing
the
great.
best you
Good,
can, and we
Foxy.
love you.
You're doing
for it.
awesome.
At least
I
we
have a
still have the
star.
captions.
We do indeed.
Yeah, gaming, playing, and Streamlabs, so you're good.
Yeah.
You're doing awesome. So Molly, I have a star for Molly because I really liked seeing Molly taking care of somebody, and like the efficiency but compassion that she had, like, was very good. It was like, it's exactly how nurses and responders are, which is I care, and also we're going to be focused on kind of triaging what's going on for you. I love the detail, lemon wedge, and like it was really grounding in that moment. And even as the other role player in that moment with you, I felt Priya's faith that you were going to make things be okay. And that was a really impactful moment for me as a role player on my end. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I have a star for Yazea. Just cause, like, God, you had some banger lines tonight, dude.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
seriously.
Yeah.
Like, the introspection level on Yazea as both, like, an older werewolf and also as just somebody who is more on that stoic sort of side. Like, it's just great to hear it when he speaks and makes connections with other people.
Yeah.
So, big props for that.
Oh,
Wow.
you're gonna make me blush. Thank you much. Love you. Love you lots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a big old star to Cal.
Oh.
Cal
Yeah.
took charge, like, way better charge this episode than last, and I also really want to say that the moments between Cal and conferring with everybody, just like, it's just, you're really doing your greatest as Alpha
Yeah.
here, buddy.
you.
And tonight
It's a
really
hard
shown
skin.
how you can at the very least, even if it was still rough, still keep us all together.
Thank you. Well, I am gonna throw a star Hollis's way because I think this is an episode that, we sort of all just sort of jumped in, and I think could have felt like you were kind of pushed to the side, but every time there was something that that we had the opportunity for, you jumped on it and seized it with both hands and did a really amazing role play, and I loved getting to do that scene with you.
Thank you. I enjoyed that too.
Yaps. You did great.
Beautiful. Any other stars before move to the next piece?
I will give my
Stars
star
for everyone,
to-
because I love y'all.
I think
Showering stars at Al,
Oops,
obviously.
sorry.
I think Steve was also going to give a star.
Star.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned, I don't know if we were on stream when you mentioned how tough Miriam could be as a player or as an NPC to play, especially given the situation she was thrown into, and
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh
a lot of
no.
5 faces being
No.
at one time. And
Wait, she's back.
I could see it happening. I could see it happening.
It's okay. It's okay. We got him back. We got him back.
He's
We're
back.
back.
He's back from the void.
Anticipation.
Al's NPC work with Miriam was incredible. 4 out of 5 faces were not kind to her, but you did your best to work with what she was given and make her feel real and fleshed out.
She's so great. I
Thank
love her
you.
so much.
Yeah.
You're weird for that.
You and you alone.
Yeah, you and other people.
I mean,
Thank you.
as a
like women who can
character,
kick
I
my ass. Leave me
love her
alone.
deeply.
Thank
I
you, I'm glad.
love her existence as a very other long-lived person, matching Yasea's timeline.
Mhm.
But if we're talking Molly-wise, no, Molly would rather see her off somewhere else, furthest in the distance. If it's 100 yards between her and Miriam, all the better.
That's how most werewolves feel about Miriam, for sure. But yes, thank you.
Hey, that's my not girlfriend you're talking about there.
And I told you, the 100 yards, all the better.
Hundreds and hundreds of yards. All right, a couple more things, and then I promise I will let do you all have... do you all have anything that you want me to jot down to make sure we get next session that you're really hoping to see on camera?
It's not necessarily a next session thing, but it is a thing that I would like to see. I feel like I've been playing / building in my head this Wrath of Josiah as this ancient eldritch honored thing amongst werewolves, and I really would love to see some other werewolves' reaction to him and his presence, because I just want to see what that looks like. And secondly, I want to fucking scrap. I want to fight more things. I want to rip some shit apart.
Yeah.
I want to get into it. Frankly, those are my two big ones. Honestly, I think those are the two big ones.
All right, I'm writing it down. You want to fight and you want to intimidate.
Yeah,
Am I hearing that right?
Or not even just specifically intimidate, but even just someone showing a respect or reverence to him would be interesting. Just someone who recognizes the old thousand pierced nature of it all. It could be interesting. I have all the fucking titles I wrote down and pinned the message for in the Discord. I don't know. I'm gonna use a couple of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll write that down.
Shadow.
Thank you.
Exactly.
God Shadow's the new
God
one.
Shadow's adding as getting put on the list. It's a good one.
Hold on, let me write this down so I don't forget.
The final session should just be Jazz and Percy finally fight.
Oh my god, it'd be so good.
We have to add a giant growth ray or something, so y'all can just stomp through a city friggin' Godzilla and wreck each other.
An actual kaiju battle, yes.
Make it a kaiju fight. Why not?
Yeah.
All right, Foxy, thank you for that. I jotted. You will definitely be getting at least some of the bruising, and I think Miriam, you might get to we might start seeing the beginning of some of the lore. So yeah, thank you for that.
Lore. We have a whole emote.
Lore. All right, so I want to thank you all as players, because I know that a bunch of you had the longest ass days ever and you still showed up to be werewolves with us. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I know that was probably very tiring, but thank you. I had a lot of fun. I will let you know on the Miro if anything that needs updating. And then in terms of the game itself and the flow, we are on session 3 now. This game, I have a sense of it now of it, and it seems like with the pace we tend to roleplay at, this might be a little bit longer of a campaign in order to hit some of these notes. But we are going to be continuing to ramp up. But I notice sometimes in games, I try and coach the flow to be big moment of action, like what happened at session 2. It hit the fan. And then this was us detangling or starting to detangle some of the concepts. And so we're going to go ahead and have another going into the next session here. So I hope you all are looking forward to that as we explore the story more. Okay, so last but not least, let's go around and do... My name's Al Lucart. I love running this game with Neon Lights. I'll be here, I think, a couple of weeks from now. And I will post a link to my site in a minute. All right, Steve.
We're starting with me. I am I'm so caught off guard about being first. I'm never first. I am Steve, aka DJ Stevosaurus. That's what you can find me at online. I played Percy Drennan tonight, your enforcer. Otherwise, you can find me on Neon Lights Roleplay, still here with A Blade's Will as Inuzuka Akihito, your friendly neighborhood dog tour. You can also find me every other Tuesday. I can't hear What?
Yeah,
I was
Foxy's
mouthing
yelling
it.
at
I
us.
was trying to be deliberate. I was mouthing it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I thought I was getting yelled at.
You're not.
But yes,
you're not.
you can also
You're
find
okay.
over on Lost Caravan RPG every other Tuesday as Quincy Hopkins on Orbital Blues with fellow NLR alumni Turk. That's it. That's all I got going on.
All right, heading over to Hollis.
Hello again. My name is Kellen, also known as Sonar or Sonar Fade, on pretty much all my socials. Don't have too much going on right now, but you can catch me back here in the next Saturday after next for another episode here.
Yeah. Fab. Heading along to the one and only 1000 Foxy.
That's me. What's going on, friends? I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. I'm all over the internet at Young Foxy. It's YUNGFOXXII. Sometimes there's no underscore in the middle, so if you can't find one, look for the other. I'm usually all over the internet, namely here on Neon Lights, doing all kinds of cool stuff, mostly background stuff right now, as we're setting up for a lot of really fun things for October that I am scrambling all over to make happen, but trust me, they will be incredible. But before all of that, the next places you are going to see me live on your screen is going to be this coming Monday for episode 2 of Neon Afterglow. Back in the shoulders of my favorite fucking mayor, fucking Fox himself. It'll be great and wonderful. You'll see me back on Wednesday for finally the return of Stardust Ghosts, my lovely mecha anime love letter to Gundam. And then I'll be hanging out for a little bit until I pop back around for some other stuff. It's been a great time. I love these people around me so very much. I love you all in the chat. I hope you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the future. Bye. Mwah.
All right, moving on to Rainy.
Hi, I'm Rainy. You can find me as Rainy Keys on most places of the internet, especially here on Twitch, and also Itch, where I have released my, a solo TTRPG journaling game known as The Forest for the Trees. So you can find me on itch.io as Rainy Keys for that one. It's a genuine fun little romp. Next time you can find me here is whenever Blade's Will comes back, because you can catch me as the ever incomparable Kurama Chihiro, Coalitions of Steel's new favorite punching bag. It's great.
It was one time I hit you.
No, but I also went down my very first session beforehand, so I am the new seesaw, as it will. I'm Armari. Anyways, that's been me, and you can catch me around here some other time. Bye.
Gorgeous. And last but not least,
Hello, everyone. My name's Mike, or Mikey Fatum. I go by both. You can find me on Twitter at Vengeance God, on TikTok at Vengeance God 2, and on Instagram at Broken Infinity Films. You can also find me on 3 different podcasts. We just relaunched the format for the Ace of Geeks podcast, so now it's each of us is bringing a piece of media we watched over the past 2 weeks, and then debating to see which one will win the Ace of Geeks award for the week. Last week, Scolomancy won out over the Barbie movie, Marvel's Midnight Suns, and something else that I'm forgetting. And also Yavin Radio, which is our improvised Star Wars show that you should really listen to. It's very funny. And we are just about to wrap up the 2nd season of Edge of Reality, which is our TTRPG show. So check all of that out, please. And keep an eye on leagueofswords.com for hopefully some more news upcoming soon.
gorgeous. All right. Thank you all so much for this awesome game. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh.